Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dave, joined by Chris. As always, welcome to Less Than Normal. Proving time and time again, it doesn't matter. Because it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Alright, I'm gonna see myself out.
All right, well, I don't know what to do now because normally I do the intro and Dave just stole my shit. Hi guys. Welcome back to Less Than Normal. I know it's been a little bit since you've seen my face. I had some new stuff. As you guys see, my new surroundings. I have moved from my original home in Connecticut to North Carolina. So this is my office. And yeah, we have a hell of a show for you today. I think Dave completely bailed on me, so it's just 3 hours of my face. Welcome to the Chris Show.
Hi, I'm back. I had to talk to a man about a pipe.
What kind of pipe? Was it a copper pipe? Can make some money off of that.
No, lead pipe. It was the Monopoly man. We're planning to do something to that fucker from Twister. So we stole the lead pipe from Clue.
I was gonna say, we're getting Clue involved with the Monopoly man.
Yeah.
I need a card in Monopoly that says "Do not pass go, do not collect $200, and go fuck yourself."
I need a card in Monopoly that just says child support, and it takes 70% of whatever your savings is.
No, that should be a card in life.
It is.
Is it? That is spectacular. It's been that long since I've played that game.
Oh no, in the newest version of it, it is a thing.
They have child support? That's fucking amazing. Oh my god, that's so great.
I don't think so, Tim.
I find it funny.
We need to finish watching that.
We did. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't. We need to. That is 100% going to happen.
We should. I wish. Okay. I wish that it was fair use for us to comment on the show. Because there are so many things that they don't point out, or that a couple of times, how many times has it been paused and I'd be like, okay, so here's the problem. And it's shit they don't even cover.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your boy's a mad lad, is what I'm trying to say.
Indeed. We have quite the show planned for you guys today. We have a little bit, like our normal flow is going to be changed up a little bit because a little later we're going to have a special guest joining us. We have a lot to cover through, Jesus, it's been what, 3 weeks since we've done a full show? So we got a bunch of MCU stuff to cover. We are going to talk about D23, everything that went on through the Marvel section. We're going to have a bunch of video game releases that Dave is going to talk about, and we're also going to be talking about Nintendo Direct.
So we're going to be talking about D23 and the Nintendo Direct. Looking through, unless I missed something, there hasn't been anything worth absorbing time today with D23 and the Nintendo Direct, because so y'all might not have heard of him, but it's your boy LowKeyLuckyLoki, fucking tongue twister, man.
Right.
Is going to be joining us a little later on to chime in about D23, the MCU in general, She-Hulk, all that jazz. If sports and everything gets done before he gets here, I can talk about stuff that's released in the last week. But if he's here by then, we're probably just going to get into the meat and potatoes.
For sure. We are front-loading sports this week because of the fact that so much shit has happened this past week.
Everything.
Yeah, I was kind of showing Dave, and I never have 2 pages worth of shit to read, and even Dave was kind of shocked. So...
But yeah, he has 2 pages worth of sports, and between D23 and Nintendo Direct,
we got a whole last 3 hours.
Yeah.
So bear with us on the sports. We're going to put it first, and then after that is everything else. I know I'm big in the sports, so let me have this and talk about it.
Wait, State of Play was last night and I missed it?
Wait,
Fuck.
really?
Okay, so you're going to have to fill us in and we can talk about what you saw.
Yes, 100%. So, Dave, since we've last spoken really quick, what's going on in your life the past week? Or the past few since we haven't done the show?
Well... So, found out what's wrong with my neck, because I don't think we've done a show since I talked about it. So, apparently I have spinal stenosis in my neck.
Right.
Which is compounded with a few other things as the culprit of why my hands do the dumb. They said, hey, do you want to do surgery? And I'm like, hey, probably not, because there's a whole bunch of other shit wrong, and like surgery probably not a good call at this point, because I feel like it would make other things worse. Speaking of making other things worse, I've been experiencing a lot of lower back pain over the last couple weeks. And so I went and got x-rays yesterday, and my lower back looks like Harlem after the Hulk and Abomination got finished duking it out. Look, I'm saying post-Ragnarok Asgard is in better shape.
So what I'm hearing is basically Harlem on a Tuesday.
No, what you're hearing is... it looks like I got hit by a truck. My lower spine is falling apart.
That's no good.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Also, we started Super Secret Craft.
Yes.
Which I'm excited for. Starting next week, we're going to start doing recordings of kind of play-by-plays of funny stuff that happened in Super Secret Craft, it's going to be me, Chris, and Zach. We're going to sit down and we're going to look at highlights from everybody throughout the week. And it should be dope. It should be real dope.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Chris is
Dave's on
actually
the
going to be
server,
playing
yeah.
on the server as well.
I was just going to say, yep, Dave's on the server, Zach's on the server. I will be joining the server very soon. I'm super excited for that. It's going to be YouTube exclusive content. So
The military uses meth for these kinds of injuries.
Anyway, if you
I'm
guys...
not wrong, dude. I'm just saying something very akin to methamphetamines were once given to soldiers who were severely injured so they could keep fighting.
Anyway,
Allegedly.
Anyway, if you guys are interested in checking out all that Super Secret Craft stuff, it will be on YouTube. If you guys aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go check us out. We post replays of every show, as well as exclusive vlogs, sometimes some stuff from Community Game Night, highlights, as well as there's going to be a couple podcasts coming up. So if you guys aren't on the YouTube channel...
The Super Secret Cast being one of them, which
Yes.
I just came up with, but I like that.
It's a good name. It works.
Pucked Up, which is also a phenomenal name.
And then there may or may not be a true crime podcast on the way.
Maybe.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for that.
Also, I've been kicking around an idea in my head. I think I mentioned it to Chris once offhand. But we might do a conspiracy theory podcast, but where the goal is we get guests every week and we all try to make up believable conspiracy theories. So everything is going to be 100% fiction. It's shit we're going to make up, but we're going to try to convince other people of it.
That's amazing.
And that sounds like a fun idea to me, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly how it would work. You had me at hell. Oh, hello.
Hello.
But I think it would be fun to get people like Fen and Maul on for something like that, where we all just, we get a week and we just have to think of a fucked up like urban legend or something.
Yep.
Or urban legend, conspiracy theory, stuff like that. Because fuck, that's where the Enderman came, or not the Enderman. That's where Slender Man came from.
Yeah. Also, if you guys haven't seen, we have merch. We have a whole bunch of merch, a whole bunch of fun stuff.
This isn't our merch. I found this at a Goodwill a decade ago, but it's fabulous.
Dave, you're ruining our plugs. But there is a reminder that'll be popped up in chat from time to time. If you guys want to go check it out, it's good quality stuff. I wouldn't sell you guys something I personally wouldn't wear. So go check it out if you guys are interested in repping us.
I'm just saying, if you're not willing to buy our merch, you should buy your clothes from a place like Goodwill. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Because here at LTN Media, we recycle.
Here at LTN, content sometimes even.
Yeah, very true. Because sometimes we can't be bothered.
Because sometimes Dave's just had a week, and Wednesday rolls around, and Chris is like, "Hey, so what are we doing for the show?" And I'd be like, "Dude, we just had the show yesterday. Give me a day to decompress." And he'd be like, "Dude, it's Wednesday again already." And I'll be like, "Oh."
I wish he was joking, but the amount of times that this conversation has happened in the last 6 months...
It is a non-zero number.
Yeah.
It is a non-zero number. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, what do you say we jump into this bad boy? Get this out of the way. So, I want to preface this by... there was news coming in for sports stuff, even, right before the show. So, this has been edited multiple times today. But we are going to start with the Premier Lacrosse League, and the stage is set for the Premier Lacrosse League Finals. 4 teams have been narrowed down to the 2 final teams that will play for the Cash App PLL Cup. The semifinals on Sunday were a real treat. Number 5 Water Dogs played huge spoiler as they shocked the top seed Whipsnakes 11-10. The game was tight until late in the fourth quarter. Whipsnakes went out to about a 2 to 3 goal lead. It just kept fluctuating. However, Water Dogs did not go away quietly, scoring 3 goals in the last 6 minutes to take the lead and the win. The real heroes for Water Dogs were Kieran McCardle and Michael Sowers, who both had 3 goals and 1 assist, and goalie Dylan Ward, who stood on his head with 17 saves. Whipsnakes fall short after what was a fantastic season, with a 9-1 record in the regular season. That one loss, ironically, was to Water Dogs. The second game saw the defending champion Chaos take out Archers 9-7. This game was for sure a defensive battle and a battle of the goalies. Chaos attackmen Chris Cloutier and Kyle Jackson both scored 3 apiece. This is a hard pill to swallow for Archers, though, coming up 1 game short of the finals 2 years in a row, both times being eliminated by Chaos. Speaking of Chaos, this is the second straight 2-8 season for them, just barely sneaking into the playoffs. Last year, however, they ended up winning it all. Could we have another magical run? If you want my thoughts here, Water Dogs have been a hard-nosed, grinding team all year, battling through injury, scrapping for wins any way they can get them. And while the injury bug had plagued them a little bit, each player stepped up and answered the call, which is what you want from your team. I think Chaos thrives in these situations, though. They somehow find a way to come to life once they get to the postseason. And Coach Andy Towers knows exactly how to fire up his team when it counts. They have what I call an all-star offensive lineup. Some of the best shooters in the sport are on that offensive front for Chaos. I do predict, however, that Water Dogs takes the championship. They're hungry, and they fought hard all season to get to this spot. I think if Kieran McCardle and Michael Sowers do what they've done all year, Dogs take it no problem. But you can find out for yourself what happens this Sunday at 3 on ABC when the Water Dogs and Chaos do battle for the PLL championship. The Las Vegas Aces take a 2-0 lead in the WNBA Finals last night as they beat the Connecticut Sun 85-71. Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and Kelsey Plum combined for 67 points, which is insane considering that Las Vegas only scored 85. The Sun will be looking to bounce back when they return to their home at Mohegan Sun Arena tomorrow night for Game 3. Coverage begins at 9 on ESPN. We'll move over to racing now. Will Power, which is the greatest fucking name of all time, he is your 2022 IndyCar champion. It was all settled on Sunday at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca to end the 2022 season, where 5 drivers were mathematically eligible to win the championship. Will Power did put his car on pole on Saturday, which, by the way, was his 68th career pole position start, which happened to break the record for most poles in IndyCar history and passed icon Mario Andretti for first on the all-time list. The race was great on Sunday. Watching Joseph Newgarden come from the back of the field to the front was insane. Ironically, though, the 2021 champion Alex Palou won the race, leading 67 of 95 laps. I am ill-prepared here. Hold that thought. I will say, though, it was a pretty heartwarming scene after the pole position win for Will Power to see Mario Andretti just show him nothing but love. That's when you get put into a category like that with someone who's that amazing. You you have to just sit back and look at this guy who came from Australia to try to be something special in the United States, and now is going to go down as probably one of the best ever do it. Pretty spectacular. Your top 10 saw Joseph Newgarden finish second. Third was Will Power. Fourth, Felix Rosenquist. Fifth, rookie Christian Lundgaard, who looked fantastic all race. Sixth was Scott McLaughlin. Seventh was Romain Grosjean. Pato Award finished eighth. Ninth was Marcus Ericsson, and 10th was Alexander Rossi. Newgarden came up just 16 points short of his third championship. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Where was I? Oh, yeah. It was Will Power's championship to lose, however. He was fast all day, never dropped below the top 5. This is Power's second championship, winning his first since his first since 2014. My thoughts on the season are simply just wow. 9 different winners through 19 races. Joseph Newgarden's dominance of the win column. Will Power's consistency. The craziness of the whole Alex Palou contract situation, which we have an update on. And the shock of Alexander Rossi leaving Andretti Autosport and signing with Aero McLaren SP. Just overall a spectacular season. And I cannot wait for the opening race in St. Petersburg in 2023. Speaking of Alex Palou, it looks like we actually have a definitive end to the drama that came through this morning. It was announced that Palou will stay with Chip Ganassi Racing and continue to drive the 10 car for the 2023 season. For those that aren't aware, a couple of months ago, there was a contract issue where Chip Ganassi Racing picked up Palou's option for next season, which then caused Palou to tweet out that he had not confirmed or agreed to any of it and that he was signing with McLaren for 2023. This sparked a full lawsuit, and now we know how it ended up. So we'll get to see the 2021 champ come back and try to win the second championship with the 10 car. Aero McLaren SP, on the other hand, announced this morning that Felix Rosenqvist will stay put and return to the 7 car for 2023. McLaren now has 3 cars lined up for next season with Rosenqvist and Palou, and adding Alexander Rossi. I'm just saying, look out for them. Big time NASCAR news. The NASCAR Cup Series season continues to be just full of unpredictability as yet another new winner emerged this year. Bubba Wallace won the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas Speedway on Sunday in what was a great race. Throughout the whole race, Alex Bowman seemed to be the car to beat, leading 107 laps, but with 66 to go, Wallace made a pass on Bowman and never looked back. A handful of playoff drivers again had nothing but trouble, with Kevin Harvick, Tyler Reddick, and Kyle Busch having trouble super early on in the race. The rest of your top 10 looks like Denny Hamlin finished second, who, by the way, owns Bubba Wallace's race car. Could he maybe have, let him win? We'll never hear him admit that. Third was Christopher Bell. Fourth was Alex Bowman. Martin Truex Jr. finished fifth. Sixth was William Byron. Ross Chastain finished seventh. Kyle Larson in eighth. Ryan Blaney in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 was Daniel Suarez. Bubba Wallace is now the 18th different winner this season, and another non-playoff driver winning a playoff race, with Eric Jones getting the win at Darlington last weekend. Things are going to be heating up at Bristol for sure. Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Chase Briscoe, and Kevin Harvick are all below the cut line going into the final race of the round of 16. Those 4 and the rest of the playoff field will be looking to advance to the round of 12 as the NASCAR Cup Series returns to Bristol Motor Speedway for the Bass Pro Shops night race. Coverage begins Saturday at 7:30 on USA. Big news did drop early yesterday as we finally have an answer to the biggest free agency question in the last 10 years. Kyle Busch announced that he will be driving the number 8 car for Richard Childress Racing in 2023 and beyond. Busch had a hard time getting sponsorship with current team Joe Gibbs Racing in what was the final year of his contract. And the 8 car, which is being currently driven by Tyler Reddick this season, Reddick signed with 2311 for the 2024 season. Childress reported that he had talked to Reddick and told him that he was out of the 8 car next season, but they will have a car prepped for him to finish out the remainder of his contract, which ends at the end of 2023. This deal also allows Busch to finally follow in his brother Kurt's footsteps and have a chance to run the Indy 500, which has been something Busch has wanted to do for a long time, but current owner Joe Gibbs seemed to be blocking it for some reason. As for who will drive the 18 car next season, there has been speculation that Joe Gibbs' grandson Ty will take over. Ty has been tearing it up in the Xfinity Series with 5 wins, 10 top 5s, 16 top 10s. Not to mention how well he's been running, filling in for Kurt Busch this season for 23XI in the Cup Series. Only time will tell who's going to fill that seat, but if I'm a betting man, I'm betting on Ty Gibbs to take that. And I'm also super, super interested to see what's going to happen Saturday night when there's a lot of desperate people trying to move on to the next round to keep winning championships. Action-packed, Dave. Action-packed. There's a lot to unpack there. But I'm very thrilled that the whole Alex Palou situation is taken care of.
Look, man, all I'm going to say is there was a lot to unpack. But like a professional, you just reached in and started pulling it all out. Just put it on the shelf.
I'm not going to pretend that I'm not biased when it comes to lacrosse and the WNBA. Obviously, being from Connecticut, I love my Connecticut Sun. I want to see them win the championship. And seeing Chaos somehow beat Archers to make it to the PLL championship, I'm a huge Archers fan. I'm going to be honest, for like the first couple days after, couldn't talk about the game. But no, I'm pulling for the Connecticut Sun. I'm hoping that they can come back and hopefully win 3 straight to take their first championship. That'll be pretty fucking cool.
I mean, we'll see.
I'm hoping. Vegas is really fucking good. Vegas is really good.
What's the worst thing that could happen?
That they fall short again.
It's like the Vikings every year. So everyone's like, oh no, they're in the playoffs again. What's the worst that happens? They lose again? Like, I'm a Vikings fan, but I know my team. They're like, we don't get paid extra for non-regular season games. Fuck it. We're going to mail it in.
I don't know. They have a talented roster this year. There's a chance.
They have a talented roster every fucking year.
It's coaching.
That's the problem.
Shit coaching.
It's not even shit coaching. You know what it is? They always have good players, but they can't round out the edges with great players because they always do well enough they get shit draft picks.
Look at their quarterback. That's all I have to say. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is bad. I'm just saying he's not great.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just implying it very, very strongly.
Just implying. So it's so funny because Dave is not a NASCAR fan, but since we started doing sports, every week and I tell him some crazy shit, he's always like, wait, what's going on? I've made Dave a pseudo NASCAR fan without him even needing to watch it just because it's been chaos all season. Oh, and Bubba Wallace winning this week, by the way, wasn't even in his car. So because Kurt Busch made the playoffs, but because he was injured...
Look, I'm going to stop you right there. If your name's fucking Bubba and you're not racing NASCAR, what the fuck are you doing with your life, boy?
Well, good for Bubba Wallace because he's now the winningest African-American driver in NASCAR history.
Dude,
so, is super cool. But he was slotted into the 45 car. He normally drives the 23 car for the team. They swapped him with Ty Gibbs, who's been filling in for Kurt Busch while he's been out with a concussion, so they could try to win an owner's championship with the 45 car.
Right.
Wins like his second fucking race in that car. So, like, if I'm Bubba, I'm gonna be like, all right, next season, why is my or like even now, why is my fucking car not this good? I'd have questions.
Look, all I'm going to say is, I don't care who you are, what color you are, man, woman, child. If you are 3 years old and your name is Bubba, get your ass behind the wheel of a NASCAR car.
Just to fucking see what happens.
Period. Just do it.
I am here for that.
If you are from the planet Zorp.
Planet Zorp.
And your name is Bubba, yeah, spelled XORP, Zorp. That's where Kevin's from. If you're from Zorp and your name is Bubba, fucking get behind the wheel.
I'll shout out to our viewers from the planet Zorp. We see you guys.
I mean, we
will
don't
say,
because you're
though,
invisible, but you know what we
yeah,
mean.
but yeah. I will say though, there is a very, very likely chance that by the end of the season, we can see 20 different winners in NASCAR this year.
Oh, we're not going to get an end of the season.
That's not how that works.
Oh, no, it is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the Zorpian invasion scheduled like 3 weeks before the finals even start.
Oh, the last race of the season is in November. So,
right,
and it is.
That's what I'm saying.
The irony, the last race of the season does take place in Phoenix, Arizona. So,
I'm just saying.
Crazy. Yeah, it'll be in November 6th. So, if there's an invasion, they'd be taking over about the time they get to Homestead. Or, no, they'll be taken over about the time they get to Las Vegas. I know, Vegas.
Never been to Las Vegas.
I have. It's pretty fun. So, we haven't talked about She-Hulk in a while.
Well, before She-Hulk, let's talk about some stuff that came out over the last week, because I was thinking of the week before last week.
Yep.
A whole lot came out this week. We're going to start with a game called Jack Move. I'm at the wrong end. Stop. Stop.
Here at LTN Media, we're super prepared.
Here at LTN Media, where I do it upside down, backwards, and sideways.
I didn't even have all the tabs pulled up I needed to for sports, so we're doing good today, guys.
I have all my tabs up. I'm just clicking the wrong ones. But to be fair, I have like 14 tabs just for this segment open.
Yeah, I feel that.
So Jack Move came out on the just the PC. It releases on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Switch on the 20th. So 6 days. It's a JRPG, features a unique blend of gritty cyberpunk storytelling, turn-based battles, beautiful modern pixel art. Take on the role of Noah, a vigilante hacker who is thrust into a world of murder, kidnapping, and dark research after her father goes missing. It is regularly $19.99 on Steam, currently $17.99. It looks pretty cool. Like, if you're into cyberpunk style games and JRPGs specifically, this one is definitely one I would recommend checking out.
Also, speaking of cyberpunk, I believe the animated series just hit Netflix today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So if you guys are into that game, go check out the series.
Another game came out, Steel Rising, also September 8th, by Spiders Studios, published by Nacon. Rated M for mature. Paris, 1789. Oh my god, music, shut up. Paris, 1789. The French Revolution has been suppressed with bloodshed by Louis XVI and his merciless mechanical army. Aegis, a mysterious automaton masterpiece, must confront the king's army alone to save history in this challenging action RPG. Okay, I'm just saying, this feels like Steampunk Bayonetta. Like, looking at gameplay.
That's what it sounds like.
Like, it seems super dope. It's one that is actually on my list. It is $50.
I mean, that's not bad.
No. Also, it may have been $60. I would tell you, but I already closed the page. Next is NBA 2K23. Hey, guess what? It's another NBA game. If you buy every NBA game, buy this one too. If you haven't bought one in forever because it's not your thing, this one's probably also a pass. Those are the only two types of people who own this type of game.
I'm gonna be honest. It's made by 2K. I think NBA might be the only game that 2K makes that isn't utter shit. So
Hey, they make Borderlands.
yeah, but like sports wise, anytime they've tried to make a
All
sports
sports
game,
games are utter shit. The only sports game I ever played that I liked was barely a sports game. It was NBA Jam Tournament Edition for the Sega Genesis.
NBA Jam was a blast. That game was so much fun.
But it also wasn't like it was sports, but in the same way that like Monster League Football was a sports game. It wasn't. Like it was, but it really wasn't.
And as someone who spent most of the day playing FIFA today.
Gross.
Honestly, it's a blast. I spent like $837 million on the best players in the world just to be able to beat people 14-1.
Splatoon 3 came out September 9th. I would give you more information, but I didn't bother to look it up on my Switch. Get fucked. If you like the Splatoon games, you'll probably like it. I hear really good things.
Have you not played any of them either?
No.
Yeah, same. I mean, they look fun, but like I don't
like it looks fun, but like it depends on how competitive other people get.
Actually, I believe Christian has a Switch, so I may have to start playing Breath of the Wild.
Dude, it's so good.
Because I
make
played it on my
pee-pee go
niece's
doing
Switch
doing
for a
doing
little bit.
doing.
Is that what it does?
Make my pee-pee go doing 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 doing. Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, no, like I said, I've heard really good things. I've never played a Splatoon game. But my understanding is they actually get better with every iteration and every time they release a new one, which is probably why there's so much time between releases.
Because when the first one come out, like 2015?
Like 2012, I think.
Was it really?
I think so. Yeah, I think they've released like 3 games in 10 years. That sounds about right. 2013. I was close.
First release, May 28th, 2015.
Okay, but first release on what?
The only platform that it exists on for Nintendo. Yeah, it came out 2015.
On what console?
On the Wii U and the Switch. So it came out for the Wii U first, obviously, then 2017.
But didn't it also come out for the Wii before the Wii U?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Could have swore there was.
Now we've answered that question.
I could have swore there was a Wii one.
I didn't even know that they released more than the first game.
I said Wii. Oh, shit.
What'd you do?
Unshit. I have unshitted. Okay.
That's good.
Next we have Little Orpheus, which was released on June 12th, 2020 for iOS. And released September 13th, 2022 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
But like,
what?
Fucking why?
Why is iOS your launch platform and then you're just like, ugh! And just spread that everywhere? That
sounds like poor planning. Or they don't want to make money.
Developed by the Chinese Room, published by Secret Mode.
What a great name.
So this is technically a remaster, apparently. 1962, NASA is trying to put a man on the moon. In a remote corner of Siberia, a Soviet cosmonaut is heading the other direction. Comrade Ivan Ivanovich is dropped into an extinct volcano in his exploration capsule, Little Orpheus. To explore the center of the Earth, he promptly vanishes. 3 years later, he emerges claiming to have saved the world, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so it's a platformer. It might actually be really fucking cool. I know I made fun, and now I feel bad. It sounds fun. It sounds fun. Next we have Scourgebringer, released for the Xbox One, Switch, and PC on October 21st, 2020. April 22nd, 2021, it was released on the PlayStation 4 and, get this, the PS Vita.
They're still making games for that?
Well, as of last year, yeah, apparently. And then on the 13th, it released on iOS and Android. Had I realized it was just a mobile release, we wouldn't have even brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks cool. Like it's come across my desk before. It looks cool. Next is Various Daylife for PlayStation 4, Switch, PC, and iOS. Developed by Doki Doki Grooveworks, published by Square Enix. It's a role-playing game, released on the 13th for Switch and PC. On the 19th, it will release for iOS. Wait, what? No, it released for iOS on the 19th of September 2019. September 13th, 2022, so a couple of days ago, Switch and PC, and in a couple of days, it will release for the PlayStation 4? What?
I don't even know what the hell is going on with these developers right now, but why are they just releasing things to weird ass places?
Like, I get it was on iOS first, and they're like, hey, this is good, let's release it on more modern hardware. Or, like, on other types of hardware. So they're like, Switch, yeah, that's like a mobile device. It runs on a modified Linux kernel, that's a
Right.
similar build to Android. Like, it's not a version of Android, but it's a similar concept.
Mhm.
So Switch and PC, sure. And PlayStation 4. The thing that confuses me the most is if it were small developer, small publisher, sure. I've heard of Doki Doki Grooveworks before,
Same.
and the publisher is Square fucking Enix.
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
Square Enix, sort your shit out.
Next we have a game called Judgment, which originally released in 2019 for the PS4, had another release in 2021 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Stadia. But it just finally, as of today, came to PC. It's called Judgment. Developed and published by Sega. Fight for the truth and uncover the twisted crime running deep beneath the surface of Tokyo in this legal thriller. The balance between justice and mercy teeters on the edge. Also releasing today is Lost Judgment. Developed by Ryuga Gotoku Studios, published by Sega. Originally released in 2021 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Released today for PC. Is this game a series?
Sounds like it.
Why do they have different developers?
Somebody fucked up.
It is the same publisher. Why is there no indication that they're sequels?
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Gotcha. See, I don't really watch PlayStation stuff because I've never been a Sony sucker. I was an Xbox reject. But yeah, so like just a lot of weird this week. And
Oh, so much weird.
Square, why are you just now releasing a game for PlayStation 4?
Why are you like this?
You're not my real dad.
Why are you like this?
Why do you make me want to slap you about the head and facial region? Chris.
Why is Square... What?
So, you remember when I told you we didn't have an activity today?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. You do.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
The quiz. Which Marvel character are you internally and which are you externally?
Ah, okay.
So it's the one the girls did yesterday.
Yes, that I wanted to take, but I'm actually glad that I haven't taken it yet.
Let me... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, bud. Oh, slide it in right there, bud.
Dave turned into a fucking Canadian.
I don't have a... Oh, yeah, we do. It's right here. Ignore the fact that it says my homework ate my dog.
Because, honestly, it probably fucking did. Because Viking, they probably are. Oh, where'd I go? What? Hey, Dave. What you doing?
I'm figuring it out, bud.
The professionalism, we're doing it on the fly.
Hey, you don't know how hard I am. Not what I meant,
Anywho.
but fuck it, we'll go with it.
Wow.
And again, thanks to BuzzFeed, but this was too fun to pass up, especially with as much as we fuck with Marvel around here. All right, Chris, choose a vacation spot. Santorini, Honolulu, Bangkok, Paris, San Francisco, or New York.
Honestly, seeing as I've been to 2 of these places, I'll go New York.
What fucking 2 places you've been and one of them's not New York? You could piss on New York from where you're at.
Not anymore.
Well, where you were at. You know what I mean.
I still love New York City, and if that's a vacation spot I can take, I'll go there.
Okay. So that is one of the places you've been.
Yes, that San Francisco.
Okay. I thought you were saying you hadn't been there, and I'm like, how the fuck have you been to like Bangkok but not New York?
I used to live
you would fly
2.5 hours.
You would fly to Bangkok from New York where you lived.
Yeah.
Scrambled eggs, pancakes, yogurt and granola, bacon, egg and cheese.
Oh, bacon, egg, and cheese.
Avocado toast or cereal.
Fucking great. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Even though, honestly, I would fuck with the pancakes, too.
MCU origin movie preference.
See how well Dave knows me and which one he thinks I would pick.
Well, you're going to pick Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guardians are your favorite.
It's either that or Black Panther are my 2 favorites.
Who are you fighting crime with? Ruffalo, Cumberbatch, Jackson, Saldana, Portman, or Thompson?
This is so tough because I would fight with any of them. but just because Tessa Thompson makes me laugh, I would fight with her.
Fair. TV character to rescue is Peralta, right?
Dave, there's only one answer to this question.
And it's
and
Jake Peralta.
It comes out of the 9-9.
MCU duo.
Oh, this is easy, baby.
You're Korg and Meek. Yeah.
Korg and Meek. I have a Korg fucking pop figure.
You're Groot and the Scarlet Witch. On the outside, you're like Groot. You're carefree, smart, and friendly. You're someone who goes with the flow and is sometimes perceived as a follower and not a leader. You're incredibly dedicated to your friends and family. People might underestimate you, but on the inside, you're just like Scarlet Witch. You're a true badass who conceals all of your power until the best possible moment. Natural born leader who is still trying to find your place in this world. Your hardships have only made you stronger. Oh my god, why do you look like you're about to cry?
Why is this so me? It's literally accurate as shit. Fucking BuzzFeed. Out here.
Hey, speaking of getting buzzed.
Where are you going with this? Oh god, Dave has something to say, and he's not sure if he can say it.
You ever have a concept that you want to express, but there aren't actually words that express that concept?
No.
I have just a stupid vocabulary. Like, there are words that I know because of various classes and shit that I have taken that no one needs to know.
Truth.
And I do not have a word to express the idea that's in my head. Hang on. Hold that thought.
While we wait for Dave's brain to buffer, it's a good time for, if you guys aren't following us on any of our socials or hanging out with us in our Discord.
I stand the theory that Scrappy Doo died in Florida.
It's likely.
Oh, so another thing that happened since we left.
What?
The Queen died.
Yeah.
Which is kind of huge because the woman has been alive, like, I think she was older than Betty White.
She was 96.
She was almost as old as Betty White.
She gained the crown at 22 years old. I will put it to you this way. There is about 70% of the population that is alive on this planet that had not seen another person of English royalty rule. This is the first time in 70 something years that there's a king of England. Like, that's huge.
Yo, so some of my ancestors were literal kings of England.
Yeah.
Found that out recently. I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
But no, on a serious note, like, Queen Elizabeth did a lot for a lot of people and had an amazing personality. So 96 years, a hell of a run.
Hi, Bean.
For her.
And look, I'm gonna say this. Parliament, King Chuck.
King Chuck.
Hey, he's my boy. We're close like that.
You guys are tight and shit?
Oh, we're tight and shit. Dude, that one time at the Denny's, I'm just saying. So, didn't get high score. But no, anyway, there were words that were coming out of my face hole. But no, so here's what you do, right? Change in money, nightmare to do like money redesigns, okay? And like, I know it's tradition that the current head that wears the crown is the one that's painted on the money.
Yeah.
But homie, look. Can we put tradition aside? Because you got like 10 years in you, and then they're just going to have to do it again.
Before William takes over, yeah.
Right. Like, or even say it's 20.
He's 73 right now. So
we know like, even if, look, if I'm 70 and someone tries to put a crown on my head, give it to one of my fucking kids. I'm too old to have that kind of responsibility.
For real. It'd be like, yo, William and Kate are like in their what, 40s, 30s, 40s?
They're responsible adults. They're not children.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're
but
good.
Like,
they've got life figured out.
I'm just saying, put the monarch on the money thing on the side, right? Loki, thanks for that Prime sub.
Appreciate you.
Much love. Wait, I'll do it like this because everybody gets mad because I do this so well.
Yeah, that's right, Bean and Viking. You guys are fighting over subs. Hey, Viking! Thank you so much for the sub.
But yeah, so like, just stop doing that because it's going to cost, if England has to change their currency, it's going to cost a fortune.
Yeah.
Right? And we're like, we don't talk about politics or finance a lot, but everybody knows we're kind of in the middle of a global recession. So doing something that's going to cost a lot of money that has no practical application, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I'm just saying, do the right thing, bud. We're rooting for you.
We are.
All right, King Chuck, you can...
King Chuck, Queen Consort Mills, you have our respect. Yeah, so that's another thing. People are like, oh, the king and queen. I'm like, no, technically, you're not a queen unless you inherit the throne from the other person. So King Charles's wife, Camilla, is considered the queen consort.
Right.
Which is, yeah, it's like there's a whole fucking like...
Well, just
and
like...
it makes sense, you know?
If the queen is
marries.
the queen...
Yeah.
And marries someone, they're not the king.
No, they stay prince.
Or whatever other, like if they held
or
a noble
king.
title.
Yeah, yeah. Usually. Yeah, it's super interesting. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that. Viking gifted a sub to Bean.
Yeah,
but
I said thanks, Viking, for the gift sub to... Yeah.
Loki brought it up, though. He's too good to sub for himself, though.
No, he's not too good. He's like me and doesn't subscribe himself to channels because the income fluctuates just enough that like it'll automatically pull that shit out if you got it and you don't always want it to go.
Dude, I hear that. You're talking to someone who's been unemployed for 3 weeks now.
Fuck you. When you get on my level, we can talk.
I don't think Christian would be happy with that.
Multiply how long you've been unemployed by like 70.
70. What up, Icy?
Hey.
Up, so, yeah. Do we want to get into Marvel stuff now?
We can do that, I think. And Loki, again, whenever you're ready, bud, just go ahead and hop in voice and we'll get you set up.
Yeah, we'll have you. She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
4th episode came
We need to
out
talk about
last
episode
week.
3 first.
Did you guys not talk about...
Or we... No, 4 and 5.
On?
We're on 4 and 5. You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
I'm dumb.
Yeah, because I'm going to say we have... 5 doesn't come out till tomorrow. But episode 4 was interesting. I know this because I literally watched episode 4 today.
We didn't have a show last week. So we haven't done 3 either.
You were on with Sushi last week.
That was the week before last. we didn't have a show last week.
We didn't. You're right. Yeah. So 3 and 4, we have to talk about. I'm double checking really quick. I'm like almost positive that episode 4 is the newest one that came out. Marvel to Disney Plus. Yeah, we're only on episode 4. So we just have to talk about episode 3 and episode 4. Got it. We are professional. We got it under control. All right, episode 3. Introduced everyone's favorite sorcerer supreme,
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I mean, I love the fact that she's in the fucking episode. That shit's amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, but we get an appearance from Wong, as well as Jennifer trying to get Mr. Abomination himself out of prison.
Which Wong seems perfectly capable of doing.
Like he did it without even asking, and then put him back.
No. Abomination insisted on being put back. I think Blonsky has actually made an attempt at reforming, which is why I think he's not part of the Thunderbolts, which we will get into later.
We will definitely get into. Yes. It makes sense. But yeah, we definitely see that reform in Blonsky for sure. Like, you can tell even when he turns into Abomination, like he can actually change whenever he wants now. He just has chosen not to. And then the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing was hilarious. I mean, that's pretty much all that happens in episode 3, if I remember correctly. I don't really think there's much more than
Doesn't
that.
who? Oh, the Wrecking Crew gets introduced at the end.
Yes, that's right.
Who in this one they have some sort of like Asgardians toolbox tools.
Yeah.
Which, okay, look, that's what was said, but I have a few problems with it because none of the shit looks Asgardian. Like, Asgardian stuff has always had a very specific style of construction, or stylization, if it was a more common thing. And none of that looked Asgardian to me. Kree, maybe. Because Kree tech has been shown to look a few different ways.
Yeah, I feel like it's Kree tech. I honestly don't think it's Asgard, because you would have had to go into New Asgard to get it.
Right. Which is in Norway.
None of them are going to be ballsy enough to fuck with Valkyrie and New Asgard.
And also, of all the times we've seen New Asgard, people aren't running around with magic tools.
No.
Like,
they basically just look like people in Norway.
Because they are.
Yeah. The Asgardians are now Norwegian.
Were the Norwegians already Asgardians, though?
Maybe.
Baby, I need you. Ooh, I can't help myself.
He's persistent on trying to get a DMCA strike on us every show.
Nah.
That's why we call you Father DMCA in the Discord server.
Is that why you called me that?
I think so.
Oh. Cool.
I assume. Anyway, episode 4
opens with her dad implying that he can help hide a body.
Literally.
Funny thing is, in the comics, her dad is a like police captain or a
Yeah.
sheriff or something like that. I don't remember what exactly.
Ugh. This is not good. Oh god. Yeah, so we end up meeting a character, Donnie Blaze, who is a
Which
magician.
everybody thought would be Johnny Blaze, but I'm like, look here, motherfucker. Couple things. One, why are there two N's and no H anywhere?
That John that doesn't use an H in their name. It's kind of common,
But if
actually.
your name is Johnny with no H, there's also no N. Or there's also only one N.
Yeah,
And it ends in an IE,
true.
which also doesn't work.
I don't know. Funny. We get introduced to a girl named Madison with two N's and a Y, and the Y is not where you think. I don't know why that always made me laugh, but it was so stupid. But she gets teleported to another dimension and then ends up in Camertage where
So,
Wong
okay,
is trying to watch the fucking Sopranos.
they really do.
Pause.
And
I am
that
here for
holiday
it.
needs to be Valentine's Day, where
Yes.
she's cleaned up a little bit and he's loosened up a little bit. And fucking give somebody happiness in their love life on screen for once. Fuck.
And why shouldn't it be Wong?
Look,
Everybody
all I'm
loves
gonna say
Wong.
is Bambi's dad run off on his mom and he watched his mom get shot. Like,
Jesus.
is there any happy relationship couple in Disney anywhere?
Probably not. All right.
You're probably right. Okay, anyway, so Madison.
Yes, she gets by Donnie Blaze teleported to another dimension
That dimension
because
is likely hell, based on the
yeah.
glimpse we get into it.
Mm,
Which is not the
um
dimension that he tries to send all the other stuff to, and the monster baby demon thing came out of it. That looks more like Limbo.
yeah. Yeah. But she ends up getting teleported into the Camertage where Wong is trying to watch The Sopranos. She pops in with a fucking beating heart and then drops it.
Which may or may not be someone sending a message to Wong. TBD.
Yeah.
Because usually when a, heart gets delivered to you, it's a threat. But in this case,
Yeah, I don't know. Um
Because, like, you get what I'm saying, though. Like, if someone shows up with a beating heart in their hand, you are being threatened.
yeah, normally. Normally. That's yeah. Um, but uh once all of that goes down and Madison's done spoiling the episode of The Sopranos for Wong, uh, he goes to gather the help of Jennifer Walters, goes through this whole thing with the cease and desist to Donnie Blaze, which I think he's basically the lawyer, and his lawyer is just a magician.
And none
I
of
was
them are
so
good
confused.
magicians. Look, I'm not
No.
claiming to be a good magician, but I know a good magician when I see one. These fuckers are not it.
No. No.
Like, I might not
Um
be a good magician, but when I was doing magic and could do magic more easily, I was definitely not a bad magician.
so once they go through the court proceedings, it's ruled that Donnie is allowed to continue doing the magic. As he's back into his routine, he opens up another portal. The girl refuses to go into it because she said literally like 3 weeks ago, you sent my friend to a parking lot in Montana or something like that. Then he somehow opens up what I assume is a portal from hell.
Limbo.
Was it? I
Yeah.
don't know. There was these crazy demon egg things that pop out. Wong calls upon Jennifer while she's in the date as She-Hulk. Yeah, that's another thing. As she started what was a Tinder profile.
Oh
for
my
her.
God. Okay, so there is one date there that is important. Well, two, because I think we saw her and the guy she went on a date with in bed in one of the trailers.
Yeah.
We didn't see that in this episode. So I'm betting. What do you think? Maybe he's Frogman and that's why he had to take off so quickly?
I hope so. I hope so.
Because do we have who's playing Frogman?
I'm sure we probably have it listed somewhere. I haven't
The
checked.
other candidate for Frogman, in my opinion, what's up, Loki, is the weird guy who was like, so are you indestructible?
I hope that's him, because that would be hilarious.
Yeah, make him make sense and not just be some creepy fuck.
Also, there's apparently a mutant that's
Loki,
listed as well.
hang on a second. Instead of sharing your camera in Discord,
okay,
there is a link above the show sheet in the chat attached to the video call. Share your camera there, because then I can pull it in.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay.
Yeah, you see how we do things?
That's dope. Okay.
Yeah, I literally almost recommended using this as a solution for Maul because the NDI's fucked up on OBS right now for how he streams dual PC. He could literally do it this way.
Do you want me to go with no audio before I?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. See my messenger water stuff.
Womp womp. Oh God, I will fix that. I apologize.
Oh no, what happened?
Oh, nothing.
Oh Jesus, I just looked.
We're just zoomed super close to your face.
The funny thing is, I could use your green screen and pull out your background.
Yeah.
I have the skills.
Welcome our special guest.
Hit me, Loki.
Wanna give yourself a little plug there, sir?
Oh yeah, I'm LowKeyLuckyLoki. It's like Loki, like high key, but the opposite, and not still key. And I stream on Twitch, and sometimes I make YouTube videos and TikToks.
Okay.
And we actually have an event tonight.
Yeah, my mission in life is to make Dave as miserable as possible while maintaining a friendship.
That's my job too.
Oh, we can pass it on. It's gonna be so good.
Did we just become best friends?
Oh, I think we did. I used to have a shaved head actually. I don't know if yours is a choice. But yeah.
No, mine is totally a choice.
He's a ginger. What other choice does he have?
Well, my problem is I had a shaved head just a year ago, but my family kept telling me that I looked like I was going to not be allowed to board a plane. So I just let it grow back out.
You know what? No, I had a friend from Tajikistan who he's like and he had a bunch of family that lived in New York, so he used to go to New York all the time, and he's like, man, look, it sucks that it happened, but ever since that shit happened, trying to get on a plane is like pulling fucking teeth.
Oh, I bet.
I'm just making my post that I'm currently on the stream and stuff like that.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stream actually ties in with your stream in a way, so which is perfect.
Yeah. So, what were your thoughts on She-Hulk this week?
I love this show, and it's okay. So I don't want to sound like I'm ragging on it, but I don't have to think most of the time while I'm watching it, and that feels so good. And it's just such quality entertainment.
Well,
Oh
it's
yeah,
par for the course because everything that Marvel's done up to this point has really just been like in-depth storytelling, and with this character, it's really just about like the comedy side of things, which is why a lot of people love She-Hulk so
I can't
much.
I can't
Yeah.
speak to not thinking. I overthink everything, especially when it comes to Marvel.
Yeah, Dave and I go hard in the paint when it comes to every Marvel show,
Well, like,
Oh my
movie.
god.
do you want me to tell you what happens over the rest of Phase 4, 5, and 6?
Not
Yeah, we've
yet.
already got it mapped out. We already know who the next really big bad is. So, or we at least think, but it's the only one that makes sense.
It's either Doom or Galactus to me.
It's Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because having him team up with Richards and him try to take Kang's power in Kang Dynasty, and that's how they defeat Kang, is they try to siphon his power away. Doom redirects it to himself. We get Battleworld Doom with Secret Wars.
I hope
So
shortly after that we get Supreme or Sorcerer Supreme Doom. That'd be so good.
it's possible.
Well, that's why
Um,
Doom is such an insane threat.
Yeah.
Is
he's
because,
everywhere.
like, intellectually he's on par with Iron Man. He has been, and at multiple points, as powerful as Doctor Strange in sorcery. He has figured out a way to steal the Odin Force and use it for himself. Like, Doom is a whole magnitude higher level threat than Thanos ever was. Because Thanos is kind of a one-trick pony.
Well,
Doom
that
is the villain that you can keep stamping out and he'll always come back in a different way.
yeah, Doom has versatility, whereas Thanos is just I want to court death. I want the Infinity Stones to do so.
And what I told Dave is I think Kang is gonna play the role as of Ultron in a sense.
Oh, thank God.
But just gonna be a little more involved with tying them all together than Ultron was, besides just the Avengers.
Kang is Ultron, but spread across multiple movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love James Spader, and I'm sad that he doesn't come back. But what they did with Ultron just felt like
So,
a huge waste. But I don't
Dave and
like
I
Kang.
Well, Dave and I were talking about that because I was going through the whole MCU timeline again, like before Thor came out.
Hmm.
And we ended up watching Age of Ultron together, and my first thought was there is nobody else you could consider putting as the voice of Ultron other than James Spader. Like I can't see anyone else
I
doing that
posit
role
one other
justice.
possibility.
Who?
Morgan Freeman.
No.
No, it
Oh.
wouldn't
No.
work.
If he adopts the attitude he had at the end of Wanted, when he was revealed to be the villain,
Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like that role is perfect for Spader.
oh no, it is perfect for James Spader.
And because he's so good at everything.
But
he's
alternatively, he played Jarvis. He plays Vision.
Paul
done.
Bettany.
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany. Thank you. I can never remember your name, Mr.
Thanks,
Bettany,
you'll
and
be
I am
Dr.
so
Pepper.
sorry. Because I love you. Your voice was many of my ringtones for a long time.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Iron Man has always been my favorite Marvel character. So, yeah, nerd.
You're a nerd. My favorite
But
Marvel
no,
character
I feel
people
like
didn't know existed until this year.
if
Who's yours?
Moon Knight.
Oh my God! I was hoping that Daniel Radcliffe would be Moon Knight back when they thought that would be a
But
possibility.
honestly, Oscar Isaac.
oh
best
no, Oscar
choice.
Isaac was perfect.
Best choice.
Kevin Feige and the MCU have proven that I know nothing about casting, and I should just stick to fan casting and not hoping for anything for real because they do such good work every time. Aside from Terrence Howard.
So Terrence Howard
Well-
really wasn't bad. It just it
No.
didn't work.
Well, have you heard of Teriology?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we had a whole thing teaching me about that, and I'm really glad somebody like that isn't in the public limelight anymore. Because that's I don't want to say dangerous thinking, but I like things that don't make the country dumber than it already is. Sorry, Terry, if you see this. I love you.
Fair.
Look, I'm just
We
saying.
just have to look for Kyrie Irving at this point now to stop being a psychopath. So
I don't know what that means.
Kyrie Irving's an NBA player. You're not missing anything.
Okay.
So,
so what I'm hearing is, are these people as whacked out as my boy Elron? Because I love the
yeah.
book Battlefield Earth, but Scientology weird, bro. like, and people are free to believe what they want to believe. I don't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't agree with you. If you want to know why I don't agree with you, we could talk about that. Like I'm willing.
Wait for the spaceships to come. You get a new pair of sneakers. Like it's all great.
But like,
I might want to keep moving though. The Scientology people definitely have scopes.
dude, Battlefield Earth was such a well-written book.
You know, I have not read a lot of books like that in my lifetime, but Battlefield Earth was a good book.
Especially for a book, my copy is not in here. So I have the like original unabridged.
Yep.
It is like 700 pages.
Jesus.
That is so many pages.
Like it's like holding a Bible. It is that dense.
Bible?
Like the last Harry Potter book, just a million.
The one they
pages.
broke into 2 movies because they're like, the fuck?
The last Harry Potter book.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Hallows is like 750 pages,
huge.
I think.
Just
I remember,
huge.
My cousin got a copy like a month or 2 before it came out in America because she's from another country. She writes books and stuff like that.
That's sick.
And she visited, so I got to read it before anybody else. And I finished it in 2 days, I think. And she was so annoyed with me because I did nothing but read instead of interact with her.
I think I read Battlefield Earth in 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that was
book was
around
fucking
going to
good, though,
school, the
wasn't it,
3 days
Loki?
that I spent reading it.
I used to be proud of myself for being able to read about 100 pages an hour. And then I realized I'm skimming. And I didn't realize that until a couple weeks ago now. And now I need to read a bunch of books back that I remember enjoying.
With me reading, I have a hard time keeping my interest.
Your name's Jared, you're 19, you never learned how to fucking read.
No, I know how to read. I don't know. Books for me, sitting down and reading, I just don't like. It doesn't keep me like hooked.
And for some people it doesn't. And for some people it takes finding the right kind of book.
I think a lot of it for me is because I'm a musician and music is my constant. So I switched to audiobooks and I have thoroughly enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah.
Much.
No, like Audible, if you want to give us a code that gives people a discount, I don't care if we make anything off of it.
Yeah.
Like, if you feel like you're too busy to read all the time, but you want to read, audiobooks are a good choice.
Yeah. And like Audible, if you want to give me like 5 free credits so I can get the rest of the Mortal Instruments series so I can finish that.
I think now's a good time to announce that if you use code LuckyLoki at checkout on audible.com, absolutely nothing will happen.
But no, that is the series I'm reading now, is the Mortal Instrument series, because the movie was good, but I loved the Shadowhunters TV show.
That's the movie with Jamie Campbell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And,
So I just bought that so I could watch it.
Oh my god, what's her name? Lily Collins. I was like, Phil Collins' fucking daughter. What's her name? Lily Collins. But no, the movie's good, but like
I can feel it.
It's super close to the books, whereas the show is a little bit close to the books, but like they had to do their own thing. Both are great. Like if you're into the series, I highly recommend watching the movie, and the show is on Hulu. So like if you're into that series, definitely check it out. But yeah, that's where I'm at with reading. Which is why I liked comic books so much, I think, growing up.
Hey, some of us are picture book kind of guys. I loved reading The Watchmen.
Oh,
The Watchmen was, oh my god. Like, okay, so if you've seen the movie The Watchmen, you've basically read the graphic novel, because it is identical panel for panel, word for word, until you get to the last 3 pages. because they changed the end scary villain thing.
Mm.
But that's it. That's the only difference.
Give me like 2 seconds before we start on Marvel stuff. I have to pee and check on the dog. Back, but continue about the
Go
Watchmen.
pee on the dog. We'll see you in a minute.
I'm not peeing on the dog.
What, you don't like your hot dogs wet?
He's gonna
he
pee
can't
on
do
the
that.
dog.
He's gonna pee on the dog.
100% he's gonna pee on the dog.
And we're never gonna know.
No.
We just have to speculate and know
The
that
dog's
we're
gonna
right.
come in and shake, and he's gonna go, "Oh, I have piss all over me," and we're gonna be like, "What?"
He's like, oh, no, I gave the dog a bath. Golden shower.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
I really enjoy Zack Snyder's work. I'm not too heavily opinionated on DC because I'm just less familiar with the properties, but I like his movies. I still think Watchmen, knowing that that's a DC property, is his finest work.
Yeah, no, Watchmen was great. The DCEU movies are trash.
I see. Okay, so this is again as somebody who doesn't know DC nearly as well and only just decided that he liked Superman when he watched Smallville 2 years ago.
Okay,
really
I
liked him.
love the idea of Superman in Smallville. I hate how Superman is portrayed in every movie. Because Smallville humanizes Clark, and it's about Clark.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Right? With Superman movies, it's always about how he's just this, distant, cold. No!
Yeah.
You're taking a character who's hard to like to begin with because they're so fucking powerful, and you're making them unapproachable?
Did he just... I think he just yelled something about having pee on the dog.
Dude, why did you pee on the dog?
How dare you?
didn't. By the way, the irony of you going by Loki and my dog's name is fucking... Speaking of, there...
Shaking the piss off.
There
Shake the
he
piss
is.
off.
I've never been a dog owner in my life until like 10 days ago, so...
I have been around dogs. My parents owned dogs. And my sister owns a dog. I visited her to see my niece today. She's just born on Friday.
That's exciting. Congrats.
Yeah, and the dog loves me, and I really want to take her home.
Come here. Oh, really? What? You know who I am, dumbass.
Verbally abusing the dog.
He's looking at me like, oh, Dave has heard me yell at my cats a lot worse.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but to be fair, Garfield would wait till Chris was on camera on stream and then show his ass.
Or if I wasn't paying attention to him, he would claw the shit out of my arm.
My cat Xehanort somehow managed to put all about 13 pounds, I want to guess, of his weight into each of his 4 paws. So multiply 13 4 times, and that's just every time he's on me, whether he's laying down, standing, or whatever. There's no part of this cat that's not dense. I love him to death.
This dog is great because he's like a cat, so he's super easy.
When I was younger, we had a farm cat that we called Bruno, who we're pretty sure was half bobcat. Like,
oh, that's scary.
Oh yeah, no. This guy was as big as a small German Shepherd.
Oh god,
that is insane.
He was huge. We watched him jump out of the top of trees to take hawks out of the sky.
Jesus.
Okay, so I can't top that, but my family rescued a cat named Bartholomew or Bartholomew because the Fairly Odd Parents pregnancy thing with Cosmo happened. My brother turned that into a further joke. Anyway, a bird got in through the chimney, and the 3 cats that we had, Skittles, Taco Bell, and Kiki, were all freaking out trying to catch this cat, and he jumps once. It just takes this bird out of the air in one go. And then he became a mafia owner, the leader of the mafia for the cats when we moved.
You have a fucking cat named Taco Bell?
We did. She's funny enough, not a euphemism. She lives on a farm now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I only named Skittles, Xehanort, and Reagan out of my
Xehanort? That's a cool
yeah.
name.
Speaking of Xehanort, guess what's probably coming up tomorrow during the Tokyo Game Show?
What?
More news on Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh. I thought Xehanort was a Kingdom Hearts thing.
Yeah.
So before we get into that, which actually might be something cool to cover, considering of what we're talking about, do you know what just happened? Like a couple days ago? D23 Expo.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh God.
among other things like Star Wars, fucking Indiana Jones 5 with Harrison Ford.
Hang on.
I'm in.
Fuck Indiana Jones for a second.
Yes, please.
The Muppets are getting a show.
Yes, they are.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna lie. I tuned into the Marvel stuff. I tuned out of Star Wars because I just like to consume that as it happens.
Yeah.
And then I watched the game show stuff, and
Yeah, it's called The Muppets Mayhem. It's an all-new comedy series that follows the Electric Mayhem Band on an epic music-filled journey
Yes,
to
we get
record
more
their
animal.
first ever studio album. Band includes Dr. Teeth on vocals and keyboards, Animal on drums, Floyd Peppers on vocal and bass, Janice on vocals and lead guitar, Zoot on saxophone, and Lips on trumpet. So
I'm
it's the
here
whole
for it.
fucking band. Oh,
did you say Lips on trumpet?
Lips.
yes.
Yeah. Famous Lips.
I love the joke so much.
Dude, I just love the Muppets. I hope we get Beaker and Bunsen Honeydew at some point.
Oh, you know they're all gonna pop in at some point, except maybe
fucking-
Kermit and Cookie and
some,
like the Sesame
Swedish
Street
chef.
gang.
I just need Swedish Chef to just go flish 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 flish.
Because some of you are young enough to give a shit. High School Musical, the series is going to be a thing on Disney Plus.
It's been
so
a thing.
good. It's so good.
They're going into like their third season now.
Yeah, and I think they're working on High School Musical, the series, the movie right now, and the original cast will make an appearance in there.
Yeah.
Why
So
does it have to go so many layers deep? Am
It's
I
because-
dreaming? Is
because
this
Disney.
Inception?
It's the original joke of High School Musical, the musical, when it was like, I don't know if it was on Broadway, but I know that schools did it.
Yeah.
And so they took that one layer deeper with the series to just keep the joke
yeah.
running.
I guess the series is pretty good. I've not watched it. My niece loves it.
If you liked Glee, I highly recommend it.
I didn't like Glee.
Yeah, I don't recommend it then. I don't.
I
think
liked High School Musical, but I didn't like Glee.
I think it's a good show. It's just not for me.
So instead of telling the rest of the Percy Jackson and the Olympian story in movie form, because they had started it once already and it was good. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The two movies are great.
And instead, they decided they're going to make a TV show now.
Okay. Do we get any of the same character, like same actors?
Nope.
Or...
Walker Scobell from the Ryan Reynolds movie that I can't... Adam Project. He will be Percy Jackson, and I could not be more excited.
I have
So,
not
like,
watched
it
the
looks
Adam Project.
good, but I'm like, fucking, why is everybody afraid of the number 3?
Actually,
Steam
I have...
can't give us a number 3. Percy Jackson can't give us a number 3. Thank God we got the third installment of The Lord of the Rings. I would have strangled someone.
There's actually a really decent reason for why we didn't get that third movie, and it's because Christopher Columbus, or Chris Columbus, whatever he goes by, maybe I'm being too proper, he adapted them like shit. He made great movies.
No, the movies
fantastic
are
movies.
great, yeah.
But it wasn't faithful to the source material, and that got under my skin at the time. I grew out of being mad about it, thankfully. But they want
okay, so that
something-
makes sense. I wasn't familiar with the original properties. I'd never heard of them. And I would like to quantify this by saying I am also a nerd who read the Silmarillion, all of the Lord of the Rings books, and The Hobbit before they ever decided to make a Lord of the Rings movie.
I have a confession that you're not gonna like.
You've never read the books and you don't like the movie.
Okay, so I've never read the books. That part is true. The movies used to be a childhood thing that I'd watch with my stepfather and my twin. And they would get super hype about it. I don't remember a thing. I know that I'm going to like them when I get there. And I loved The Hobbit. I know that that's kind of a controversial opinion, but I love Martin
No,
Freeman.
the Hobbit movies were great.
Oh, thank God.
The Hobbit movies are great. I don't care what
From
anyone
what I
else says,
remember,
enjoy them.
I enjoy them, but I always fall asleep during the middle of the second one. And I refuse to watch the third one until I can make it through the second one.
I haven't watched the third one yet.
The
Desolation
third
of
one's pretty
Smaug is-
good.
I need to play the Shadow of Mordor series too.
Those
but
are
no.
not so
Hobbit
great.
was great.
Oh.
What?
The Shadow
Rings
of
of-
Mordor games are
Yeah. I
they're
haven't heard
good.
anything.
They're good,
The Middle Earth games, yeah.
but they're good. Right. Like the Nemesis system is really fucking cool, but it's a lot of like rinse repeat cycle. Everything starts to feel kind of samey.
Yeah, I was going through a massive Assassin's Creed drought then. Like I was so burnt out on the series that I couldn't bring myself to play a Lord of the Rings version of it.
Yeah.
That's what I view it as. I don't know if that's accurate anymore.
So, Zach, who the fuck else were they making the Hobbit movie besides Lord of the Rings fans, though? That's my thought. You know,
people who like the
same with-
movies but never read the book
yeah,
do not like the Hobbit movies.
well, those are the same people that don't like a lot of movies that are like Ready Player One is a perfect example of people who read the book that didn't like the movie. I liked the movie a lot and I never read the book. I am inclined to read the book.
I never saw or watched or read any of them.
Ready
I really
Player
want to see
One.
the movie for Iron Giant alone.
Oh, the Iron Giant is so good.
It's so good.
Oh, it's a child.
Look, unless I get a cameo by Bubsy the Cat, I will not be satisfied, and we're gonna riot.
Okay, how do I now know of two creators that are obsessed with Bubsy in some fashion?
Bubsy the Bobcat?
Yes, Bubsy the Bobcat. Nitro Rad. Quick drop on him. He's a great creator, great reviewer. He did an entire series on Bubsy.
Dude, I thought about playing through the Bubsy games for the Genesis, like the ones I played when I was a kid.
You gotta play the
on
3D
stream.
one. Is that I don't know.
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
familiar
Like,
with
these are the
stuff.
same era as the first Sonic games.
Okay, because I know that they had a 3D Bubsy game.
The
and then they
3D one was
recently-
trash.
Oh yeah, and then they recently released one for PS4. I say recently, within like the last 10 years.
Well,
No
see, and
shit.
I've heard good things about that. I haven't played it. But I played the first two. And there was also Arrow the Acrobat. And he was a bat who was an acrobat named Arrow. And he couldn't fly.
Was he a bat or a penguin?
He was a bat.
Also, I looked outside.
But the
10
games
minutes
were
ago
pretty
and it was
good.
light out. It's dark as shit out now.
That's the East Coast for you.
But that's what everybody like was doing then. Okay, we're gonna take this animal, but we're gonna make it cool. And then we're gonna have it jump on platforms and kill shit. That was the formula for a winning game in the 16-bit era.
I think we got lucky that Sonic didn't completely copy that though, because the momentum and the paths are so good. And when you play an NES game like Toy Story or Home Improvement, it's just get to the end.
I forgot that Home Improvement had a video game.
Now,
Uh-huh.
I will say that there are a few others that broke that mold, but didn't make it past that era, and it makes me sad. Rocket Knight Adventures was a good
Doug?
one. Awesome Possum, which was essentially the same game as Rocket Knight Adventures. But the best one that I wish was still like a property people cared about, Booger Man.
You lost me.
The title of the game is Booger Man. Subtitle, A Pick and Flick Adventure.
So, I recently decided that I'm going to watch through The Hobbit and then The Lord of the Rings and then finally Rings of Power, because I realized whether it's related or not, it's still going to tell the same story. Like, it's going to be the
Rings
same
of Power
history.
technically takes place before The Hobbit, but we will
Yeah.
definitely be discussing Rings of Power next week on the show because I have thoughts.
I also have thoughts. And the Rings
What are
of
the
Power, all of the stuff that is taking place in the story, comes out of Lost Tales and the Silmarillion.
Yeah. But, Dave,
I'm
do you
fam-
remember what we were originally talking about?
D23.
There it is. Bring us back on track.
A new National Treasure like TV show?
A TV show.
Okay. I'm not joking when I say I've been running a Nicolas Cage on Disney Plus fan account for over 2 years now, and I have been tweeting about National Treasure 3 as a joke for so long. They announced the series. I'm like, oh, this is cool. They're still making a movie. They're still
I know,
doing it. They
they're
just went the
still gonna
script
make
to
a
Nick
movie.
Cage.
You know what's funny? Fuck everyone and their weird Nick Cage hate. I love National Treasure.
Oh,
National
no, no,
Treasure is
I
so
also love
good.
Nicolas Cage.
Who hates Nick Cage?
Fucking
Well,
everyone hates Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is the National Treasure. Fight me.
Nobody hates Nicolas Cage. They were dissuaded from being a fan because of the amount of work he did to pay off his debts.
I mean, hey.
Oh yeah, there for a hot minute he was in everything.
Everything.
Yeah, well, that's something that, I mean, he reminded me at my core. I have to remember, these people are just working at some points in their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just doing what they got to do.
Well, it's like
Yeah,
there
I
for
mean,
a
he's still
hot
getting
minute,
paid.
Will Smith was in everything too.
Can we
Yeah.
just agree Will Smith is like, he's well past his prime.
I still like Will Smith.
I still like him, but I just
Look, I have
can't
never
watch
liked
anything
Will
his.
Smith more than when he laughed at a joke and then slapped the man for making it.
Okay, that's a great point.
Listen,
okay,
all I'm going to say is if people got slapped at the Oscars every year, I might actually spend the time to waste my life
to watch the
fucking
Oscars every year.
Which I don't know why people give a shit, but they do.
I think it's insane that we live in a world where a man can literally post on YouTube, Aoki Gohara or whatever, however you pronounce it, the Japanese forest. I'm not gonna say any triggering words, but Logan Paul is like a very respectable creator now. He grew up. He's making content I'm actually a fan of.
Logan Paul has a fucking WWE contract.
Yeah, what the hell is that? But no,
And
like he can have
actually pretty fucking good.
He has such a controversial and checkered past, but Will Smith makes one emotional decision, and he's, what was it, 10 years he's not allowed to do anything with the Oscars?
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But, speaking of Nicolas Cage, guess what he played? A Marvel character. Guess who was at D23?
I'm not
Marvel.
allowed to say anything here.
Here we are trying to keep this gravy train rolling.
So sorry.
Someone's got to be on topic here. No.
Oh, the closest holiday, Halloween, Werewolf by Night.
Yes, that was
That's a segue,
unveiled.
wasn't it?
That was a beautiful segue. Be proud of that. Yes, that was announced. It is a Marvel Studios special holiday presentation. It is basically 2022 take on like 1930s or 40s horror.
I have bad news for you.
What?
People that work on the show saying it's geared more towards being a comedy than a horror.
Yeah, which is fine.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, 1930s and 40 horror movies are comedies by today's standards.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
What was the one we watched for? It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Sherlock Holmes?
No. The one with the murder.
Oh, yes, one of my favorites, Night of the Living Dead.
No. With the acid, they dropped the guy in the pit of acid.
Oh my god!
Terminator.
No,
that was Molten Metal.
Why am I fucking forgetting it? Because it's like super well known. Holy shit!
The House on Haunted Hill.
Yes, House on Haunted Hill.
That movie was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
And Vincent Price is a treasure.
Yes.
Also, I'm assuming very dead.
I believe.
Mr. Price, if you are not dead, please come on the show.
Oh, he died literally. He's been dead all but 1 year of my fucking life.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he's been dead most of mine.
He died in 1993.
Yeah.
Ooh. If you could resurrect anybody.
So think about it, Dave. If he were alive today, he'd be about 100.
If you could resurrect anybody,
he'd be 110.
If I could resurrect anybody, who would it be?
Yeah, just to have a conversation with.
My will to live.
I was gonna say Edgar Allan Poe, but damn.
See, I was just gonna go Betty White, man, just to keep her alive.
No, you just have a conversation with them,
and then they die again.
Na. Lizzie's in a box, Lizzie's in a box.
Look, yours is nicer than mine.
The holiday right after
in a box.
Don't we got the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special? Or is that next year?
Yes, I think that might be next year.
That's Christmas 2023. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, but it was announced, and we got to finally see a trailer.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah. I
Fuck.
don't like what they did with the logo.
Oh, I'm fucking here for it.
Okay, it's weird. Not the choice I would have made, but it could be worse.
I was really excited that they went with like, the original. I think it was the original comic logo because I like when Marvel leans into the weird and the super comic accurate and stuff. I still think I'm gonna love this show. It's just a very small nitpick.
Oh, the show looks like it's gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah, and Rhodey coming back before Armor Wars to set that up. I hope.
Which was
Rhodey.
also announced.
Yeah, I did some research before I came on.
Attaboy.
And we still know nothing. Is Justin Hammer coming back? I don't know.
So.
No.
No. Hammer
You guys
Tech
want
is
more?
coming back, but having been bought out by Amadeus Cho, I'm gonna call it right fucking now because they're
Okay.
not using the Amadeus Cho Red Hulk storyline. They're not replacing Tom Holland, so they're not doing the Amadeus Cho Iron Spider storyline. That only leaves one story arc for him.
It's really funny that you bring that up because no, I lost it. Never mind. Oh yeah, no, the leader is coming back.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're finally reconciling with their past with Universal, and we're getting not Edward Norton, but we're still getting their characters.
Yeah, I know. Which I
Shame
love
about
that they
it.
touched on in She-Hulk. I found that.
I want to know what he's doing on Sakaar so bad.
I know.
Do you want me to tell you?
I think you told me and I completely forgot.
Does he have? Is he a secret daddy on Sakaar?
No. So he found out that some of his DNA was collected while he was on Sakaar by the High Evolutionary. And this puts Hulk in space to meet up with the Guardians for their conflict with the High Evolutionary, who created Scar, who created Rocket Raccoon. And everybody on this team has a bone to pick with people who experiment on people against their will.
Right.
Bruce Banner,
I love that too much.
Nebula, Rocket,
Rocket.
Groot, just because of the pain he's seen it put other people through, and that's the kind of homie Groot is.
Literally.
And fucking, what is his Star-Lord? Fucking Star-Lord.
Quill. It's
Peter Quill.
Yeah.
Why did his name
having a
leave
hard
my
time.
head? But no, and then you have Peter Quill, knowing what that type of experimentation did to his mom and his family as a whole.
So we're gonna get a Hulk and Guardians of the Galaxy team up. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm here for it.
because it's still more expensive to have a Hulk movie than it is to have Hulk as much as you want in a movie.
I wish that we could get movie games like we used to, because I loved the Hulk games. I loved the Captain America game. The new one coming out looks so good.
Oh no, we do get movie games still.
Yeah, but they're on mobile most of the time.
Well, yeah, but some of them are kind of okay.
See, my problem is if I have a mobile game, I'd rather play it on my Switch at this point. I love that system to death.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to take it everywhere with me. My daughter at that point can't accidentally unlock my Switch like she does with my phone, call my mom, and then erase my save in Oceanhorn too.
I'm sensing a Vietnam flashback.
A little bit. Although I think you guys covered the Direct briefly. There was a lot of mobile games coming to Switch right now.
We haven't really touched on Direct.
Yeah, so that's just the stuff that's already been released in the last week.
Yeah, like Various Day Life or whatever has been an iOS game that's been poorly reviewed for a while.
Forever, and then they're like, hey, it's been out for 2 years. It did really shit on this platform. Let's see if anybody else likes it.
And they just did the underlined font like they did with Octopath Traveler. Great game. And then Triangle Strategy. Not going to play it. I don't understand what Square's fetish is for this font and underline. It's so annoying.
Now, okay, did you really like Octopath Traveler?
I watched my brother play through it and I loved it. I'm not much of an RPG or turn-based guy.
Okay.
I like
Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel says different.
Hey guys. Hey.
D23.
Can we get through one topic first before we switch to another?
I'm sorry.
My ADD can't handle that.
This is how this show works. You know that.
That's my tab.
I'm trying to keep on topic here. One of us has to keep the train on the tracks.
Oh, I got Bucky Barnes and Thor, by the way.
Oh, you took that
okay.
quiz?
Yeah, I did it while you were
Nice.
doing it.
I also got Bucky Barnes and Thor. And so did D.
So, where were we? Oh, Secret Invasion. That looks good. Don Cheadle did stick around for them to introduce the logo of Armor Wars, which I believe is set. They said is set to start filming next March.
Yes, and that was another case of the logo looking so bad compared to the original.
See, I think it looks good. I'm here for it.
That's the beauty of opinions, though.
Which is cool because I'm pretty sure we'll get some sort of tie-in with Riri Williams.
We almost have to. We almost have to.
Which they talked about. They did talk about Ironheart during this. They don't believe that it started filming yet. I think it's coming soon. They have confirmed that Peter Robbins, aka the Hood, will be in the show.
Sounds like a euphemism for foreskin, but I'll take it. I'm not familiar with the character. They just announced Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to voice Tony Stark in What If Season 2. So
yes.
I fully expect some form of AI of him to show up soon.
Oh yeah.
In live action.
Speaking of Riri Williams, we might as well tie that all together. People at D23 were given exclusive footage of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Again, still super psyched about that. I believe that is considered the end of Phase 4.
That is the end of Phase 4.
Very short phase.
Not really, though.
No, it's been
like in hours of content. Phase 4 has been huge.
Okay, that's a great point. I don't think of... Okay, so I'm getting exactly what I wanted. I'm getting a movie, a show, a movie, a show. I've wanted this since, I want to say, like, 2016.
Yeah.
But because it means less movies and more hours of content, it just feels short.
Speaking of the number 4,
yeah,
we finally have Fantastic Four news. Do you know what the news is?
Cast.
We know who's directing the movie.
Oh.
The director is Matt Shakman, and he has worked in the MCU before. He directed WandaVision.
That's what it was.
And WandaVision was phenomenal, and I feel like that kind of approach to Fantastic Four is going to be perfect.
I have only one problem with WandaVision, and it's something because it just hasn't paid off yet. I'm sure it will.
What?
Where the frick is White Vision?
Oh. I mean, okay. I could tell you.
Let's keep on track now.
But you're not going to like it.
Oh, I really hope it's the suburbs. I hope he's trying to build a family. Oh, that'd be so good.
Well, I mean, they stole the rest of that West Coast Avengers plot. We haven't seen from him because he's busy in the workshop building Mama.
That would be so good.
Another season, Disney or Marvel Studios' first ever, technically, season 2 of a show was officially announced. Loki season 2, which they're going to.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Shortstop's in it.
Shortstop.
I don't want to pronounce this wrong, so I'm not going to try.
They are going to continue on the storyline from 1. I'm super excited for it. Loki's a great show. I'm ready to see what they're going to do for season 2.
Look, all I'm going to say is the entire first season, you and I both had the same thought, Chris. This brings a whole new meaning to thousands of fans yelling, go fuck yourself at a character.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not angry this time. They're just fucking hankering for some weird...
I have one great piece of news and one kind of just annoying piece of news about Loki season 2.
Okay.
The great news is it came out on my birthday. I just thought I'd share that June 9th. It's just cool. But also the annoying news is when they were trying to explain the plot, they were like, "Yeah, they don't know who Loki is. We got that.
Yeah.
We watched the show."
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. We
Yeah.
finally get everyone's favorite new captain on the big screen. Sam
Bucky?
Wilson.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
I was gonna say Brie
Sam
Larson's been
Wilson,
on the show.
aka Captain America. There will be a Captain America movie. It'll be called New World Order. I'm super excited to see.
And calling my shot,
Yeah.
and I did this once already, but calling my shot. Sam dives into like certain things that he had heard as conspiracy theories, that because of the stuff with the guy he met in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and all of that jazz, he's going to start looking into stuff and being like, there's been a lot of weird shit going on around the world, you know, and like looks at old installations where there were like super soldier programs and this and that and everything else. And then he starts to see, and all these places where things are mysteriously tied together, there's one company connecting them all. QENG Enterprises.
Oh, I'd like that. No, so they announced that the leader will be one of the villains in this. I don't want to say the villain.
Yes.
And that has actually caused some controversy.
And the fact that it's still Tim Blake Nelson to play the leader,
I
like that a lot.
I like how She-Hulk has been kind of setting up the return of the leader without outright being like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Just nice.
Well, that's what we were talking about before. Is like the most episode of She-Hulk. Like, did they just fucking introduce Mephisto without actually introducing Mephisto?
Yeah, Jake the Goat, who took 6 drops of blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Mephisto.
That could very easily be Mephisto or Baphomet or, you know.
Yeah.
I've been here for about 8 weeks before. I can't do it again. If it happens, super psyched, very happy. But I don't see it being paid off by the end of She-Hulk, so I have to.
Oh, no. It paid off in that episode. We know it's something from a dimension like that, even if it's just the little corner dimension. And here's my thought: Azazel runs.
Yeah.
Because he's the leader of a group of mutants called the Infernals.
Yeah.
Who were banished to a dimension. Azazel and Mystique traditionally being the parents of Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm not familiar with X-Men. If I ask my uncle, he'd be able to like Wikipedia recite everything.
Yeah, so Azazel has a huge number of powers, one of them being teleporting like Nightcrawler does. But a lot of his power set has included things like you would expect from a character like Mephisto.
Wait, I don't mean to interrupt you. They put Anthony Ramos in Quantumania?
Yes.
I love him. I completely missed that. Did they announce who he's playing or no?
They didn't, but they did have a little, little bit to say about Quantumania. I'm pretty sure Paul Rudd spoiled that he's gonna die.
I spoiled it before he did. I called it. I called it.
I'm pretty sure he fucking spoiled it before, before the movie even came out. Evangeline Lilly was rocking what I think is a mullet, or her interpretation of Joan Jett's hairstyle in the 80s. Yeah, it was a thing.
I don't think
they
this
very
is
much so said Kang was going to be a big player in Quantumania, so...
Can I share what they said the basic plot would be, or would you rather not?
Go ahead if you want.
Yeah.
Cassie is taken hostage, and Ant-Man has to come up with a heist to do something for Kang.
Okay, yeah.
MODOK in some fashion is alleged to be there.
I assume.
Oh, yeah.
I just hope that it somehow ties to the TVA for no reason other than it can.
Do what?
I feel like the TVA is somewhere adjacent to the quantum dimension.
It would make sense.
Yeah, so it'd be cool if like Loki just had a passing glance and Scott was like, "Oh, I know you. You're cool."
And just drags him along.
Yeah.
I'd be here for that.
And it's like, "You're not great."
A couple other things that
I don't think this is the end of Paul or Scott. though.
I
think he might die.
feel like he does.
Okay,
Not
so do you
permanently.
want to know why I predicted months ago that Scott would die?
Dude, they're setting up for the Young Avengers.
So Cassie Lang takes on the mantle of stature, which we see her in film stuff for. We see the
I lost
costume.
audio.
Can you hear us now?
What?
Hello. We can
Cheerio.
hear you.
Are you guys messing with me?
No.
No.
Oh.
What?
What?
It's a me, Mario?
Here we go.
Okay, I hear again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we weren't messing with you.
okay,
Like, dude,
so-
we can hear you.
They're setting up for Young Avengers, that much is obvious. In the comics, Cassie Lang starts the Young Avengers when her father is killed. The Young Avengers' first villain is Kang the Conqueror.
Oh.
We see pictures of Cassie. We've seen lots of other entrants for the Young Avengers.
They're all there except for like one.
What am I thinking of? Oh, yeah, I want them to just completely inexplicably have Miles or Gwen, just any of the spider people, literally anybody, to join. And like
We'll get-
Peter's there.
We'll get Miles.
I
Miles will
can-
absolutely join at some point. We'll get Miles. I think during the incursion
We will get both during Secret Wars, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Now,
I also
who sticks around after Secret Wars?
I don't think it matters.
What else did we get? We got the official announcement of Echo, which is a spin-off, which I'm excited for. Echo's a super cool character.
Oh, yeah.
We
Well,
get
and I
more
love their...
Kingpin.
Oh, Kingpin's getting his own series?
No, he's
Kingpin
gonna
is
be an Echo.
involved.
Oh, yeah, of
He's
course.
Gonna be, and apparently he's going to be involved in something else somewhere.
I wonder what that could be.
Probably anything that takes place in New York from here on out.
I hope so.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what he's going to be involved in?
The Thunderbolts?
The new Daredevil series.
Oh, yeah.
18 episodes too, I think he said.
Yeah, 18 episodes.
It's like 2 seasons in one.
Basically.
Yeah. That was my most painful thing with the Netflix shows. I really like Jessica Jones, but I could not sit through an entire season and binge it because it's so
long.
long.
And badly written.
Well, I don't want to say badly written because I mean,
No. I tried to watch Netflix Daredevil. Never watched Jessica Jones or Luke Cage or Iron Fist or any of them because of how bad Daredevil was. I loved the guy playing Matt. He was amazing.
Oh, Charlie Cox is great, which is why they're bringing him back.
The writing was shit.
They're bringing Foggy back as well
because it was so slow. Okay, so you want to hear a funny thing?
Always.
Sure.
The guy who plays Happy Hogan,
Jon Favreau,
played Foggy Nelson in Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
He did.
He did.
He did.
Other Daredevil news that ended up being false is that Amy Hennig, who did the first 3 Uncharted games, Skydance, she's not doing a Daredevil game as previously rumored. She's actually doing a Captain America and Black Panther game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because that was announced.
I'm really hoping that they go with Lamar and they don't call him Bucky because there's implications there, but we will be getting Battlestar instead of Bucky Barnes.
All right. Also, other games that were announced, they announced that they are creating a game with Niantic, which is an augmented reality game. Those of you that are not familiar with Niantic Studios, they are the ones behind Pokemon Go. And why am I forgetting the Harry Potter game? I played it a shit ton.
Well, there was their own game that they developed and published for themselves before that called
Ingress.
Yeah.
Ingress.
That I played.
They are combining with Marvel to make an augmented reality type Marvel game. That's super cool. The Marvels was talked about. They are about to start filming, I believe, or they're in the process of But the big one that I wanted to talk to Dave about, because Dave actually I don't think has heard the lineup yet, but the confirmed lineup for the Thunderbolts.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so hang on. I haven't heard this yet. Let me guess.
Okay.
Okay, so I know we're getting Bucky, because that's been all over because it's controversial. So Bucky, Yelena, Black Widow, dickhead Von Starchest,
Red Guardian.
Oh, him too, but no, the other one, U.S. Agent
Walker.
Oh, U.S. Agent. Yeah, John Walker.
Johnny Walker. He's named after a whiskey. Fuck. Ghost.
I love him.
Taskmaster.
Okay.
How many am I missing?
Just keep listing off how many more you think, and then I'll give you the full.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama. That's something else.
How many more do you think you're missing is the question.
I don't know how many I've said. I can't numbers and talk at the same time
do you
now.
want me just to tell you?
Sure.
All right, so you were correct. Obviously with Winter Soldier, we will be getting Taskmaster, Red Guardian, Ghost, U.S. Agent, and Yelena. So
I
Red
said
Hulk,
all of
no
them.
Abomination. Yeah.
Wait, there's one. Is that not Hawkeye, but the girl?
Nope.
That I can't remember the name of.
She won't be in it.
Lady Hawkeye, Kate Bishop? No.
Kate Bishop. That's it.
Nope,
So that must be
Young Avengers.
No, she's on the Young Avengers team.
Yeah.
Right.
She'll be Young Avengers.
But no, the Val. That's her name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Val will 100% be involved. And
actually, hang on. Every show has introduced a member of the Young Avengers.
Except for Moon Knight.
Well, we don't know that
Moon Knight
yet.
did too.
Who?
The Scarlet Scarab is a member of the Young Avengers.
That's true.
It is not fair how good Moon Knight was, and that it had.
It was so good.
So good.
And do you know who the Young Avengers member is from Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
It's
Young Cap.
No, the Sparrow guy. What's his name?
Joaquin.
Oh yeah,
I think is his name.
Yeah.
Who
I can't
he
remember
gets
what his hero name is.
his old neat wings.
Yeah. By the
It's
way,
Falcon.
Joaquin,
He just picks up the mantle of Falcon.
Joaquin will be in the new Captain America movie.
Nice.
Good.
But I am super excited for Thunderbolts for one main reason of watching Red Guardian and Lena's weird maybe father-daughter relationship. It's like it always watching that relationship makes me feel better about my relationship with my parents.
You're supposed to have a relationship with your parents?
I mean, is it weird that I do?
No, it's just I don't get along with my dad.
Yeah, see, mine's with my mom. So same, but like with my mom.
Me and my dad don't get along anymore, but that's because he's dead. It's hard to carry on a conversation that way.
See, when my dad dies, I'm going to flush his ashes down the TGI Fridays bathroom because that's where he likes to torture us the most. 7 p.m. to midnight. And as many problems as you can have at a restaurant.
God.
Yeah, that bathroom's going to get some
Rip.
Papa Loki.
Papa Loki.
Why'd I say Papa Loki? I could have just said Laufey.
Excuse me, Jesus Christ.
Oh, there's some corn dog in there. Jesus.
What do you got, Dave?
There was one more Marvel thing that was announced, and I don't remember what it was that I wanted to talk about.
I got
Oh,
you.
the new Wakanda Forever trailer.
Yes.
Wait.
Manager Gabe, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to LTN Media.
Hi, Gabe.
So I still maintain that the new Black Panther will not be any of the people who all you fucks keep saying it is.
It's M'Baku.
It is not M'Baku. I would love for
think
it to be M'Baku. M'Baku is my
Dave and I
favorite character.
Yeah, Dave and I are both on the same mindset.
Speak again and I will feed you to my children. I'm kidding. We are vegetarians.
So Russian.
So good. But no, they're gonna resurrect Killmonger. And the
They
God, I hope
literally
so.
say Namor has someone on the who got
Just say-
buried at sea.
Say Namor? Is it not Namor? I don't know what this is supposed to be pronounced
It's
as.
Namor.
I'm
It's
so
Namor.
stupid.
You're not stupid.
Namor
I'm
the
uneducated.
submariner.
I like Namor
I like
more.
that. I like that.
What?
That I'll accept. Uneducated.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm uneducated.
I didn't know.
I hope it's Killmonger because literally everything he fought for ended up just being true.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole movie's premise is that while Wakanda is at its weakest, everybody wants vibranium. It's exactly what he was trying to avoid, while also bringing them into the limelight to actually help.
Yeah, and then they ended up helping.
Yeah, it was. I don't think it's a bad subplot or main plot. It's not a bad plot. It's a great story. It just made me the most angry because of how quickly it turned on its head.
My only thought here is if we're right, Ryan Coogler is fucking smarter than all of us.
Well, he was already smarter than all of us when he
for
didn't want to.
planning all of this shit.
I'm so glad that they're not recasting T'Challa.
No, you can't.
Well,
you can't.
okay. No. And there's the thing. There are people on both sides of that fence. So people who are mad at Disney. Because I take it or leave it, whatever you choose to do and how you choose to grieve, that's your thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's where I'm at with it. But that being said, for those of you who are mad at Disney, they were in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Mm-hmm.
So they took what they felt would be a path that they could say, hey, we were in a no-win situation. We did what we thought was the honorable thing, right?
Well,
and you can't fault them for that.
Well, I think this opens up the way for some very powerful storytelling that they really bungled the bag on with Spider-Man. I love Far From Home. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. That's my opinion.
I loved it too. It was so good.
I really think that they pushed not hard enough while also too hard in the wrong direction on Tony's death and how it affected Peter. Now we're going to get the death of a beloved king on an entire nation. And to an extent, the world. I mean, he had a ton of good friends with the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that we get serious storytelling like that, and I'm sure it'll be lighthearted at some points. It has to be. But that trailer actually made me cry. I'm not afraid to admit that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But no.
Both trailers that are out are fantastic.
Okay, and when you get a shot of the new Black Panther's ass, that is Michael B. Jordan's ass.
100%
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
B. Jordan's ass.
Plus, I mean, and this is not to add any detriment to Michael B. Jordan, but what else does he have going for him? Go be the Black Panther.
I mean, he's been
well, and
movies
like
and like a bunch of other stuff.
As much as Killmonger was,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, see Cody, right?
As long
Creed
as
movies are really good.
Wait, what's Creed?
Apollo Creed? No.
Have you never seen Rocky?
Creed and Rocky are in the same universe?
Fuck Rocky. Anyway.
I'm not a sports guy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right. Michael B. Jordan plays in the Creed movies. He plays Apollo Creed's son. Was in the Rocky movies.
Oh. See, I saw
Rocky
him in
1 through
Space
4.
Jam.
Yeah. That movie was so fucking terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's where I. Sorry, go ahead.
They're a really good marathon period.
What was I saying?
I don't even know.
Oh, we were talking about Michael B. Jordan as.
Oh, yeah. So, and there is a scene where you see Shuri from the side, and there's a soft glow effect everywhere around her that they only use when people are in the spirit realm. Whether it be the ancestral plane, inside the soul stone, the field of reeds, so on and so forth. This is the only type of scene in which they use this particular visual effect. What reason would Shuri have to go to the ancestral plane other than to get Michael B. Jordan off of his ass out of retirement and back into some vibranium fucking armor? There's shit to do.
Well,
it also makes sense because Michael B. Jordan requested to, or Killmonger said, "Bury me at sea like my ancestors who refused to be owned," or whatever the line was, right?
Something like that.
I thought
So-
it was "When I Die Young, bury me in roses, lay me down on a bed of roses." or
No,
whatever the
"Bury
song
me
is.
in satin."
No,
That's
that's
it.
a song by the band Perry.
Wait, so
That's
I
a
can't think
country
of
But-
song.
Them
Good song.
going to get
It is a good song.
Killmonger is probably what pisses off the Atlanteans.
So I have something that I hope happens regarding Namor and Killmonger, and when Angela Bassett's character, I can't remember her name, says, "Have I not lost everything?" I really hope Shuri ends up dead. I say this for one reason. She's an anti-vaxxer when it comes to COVID. I know it's controversial. I personally think it's dangerous. I have nothing against the character. It's just I don't like that rhetoric being spread.
I mean, it's a movie.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just I
That's
think
some
it could,
that's some personal shit that you hope happens to a fictional character over some real life shit.
well,
My
it's
guy.
it's more like a temporary deplatforming because she can easily change her mind and say something else. Like I don't care that much,
It's a movie.
but for Angela Bassett's thing alone, it'd be so cool if Shuri died.
So I'm going to tell
That
you right
wouldn't-
now, so Shuri isn't going to be dead. However, they're going to think she's dead because her spirit is going to be in the ancestral plane trying to
Okay, I
find
can
fucking Killmonger.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Because that's the only thing that makes that scene make sense.
See, now
Because
we
you
get
would not
everything that we
scream,
want.
"I have lost everything," if your daughter was standing right there.
No, but I don't think Namor will stay the bad guy. I feel like
Doom.
something else is gonna happen. Kind of like Civil War-esque.
I'm waiting for the return of Ulysses Claw.
Oh, please.
He got shot in
Andy
the
Serkis is so
face.
Do you know how many times Ulysses Claw dies in the comics?
Yeah, that's a really fair point. That's a
Or
super
any
fair
other
point.
villain?
good. Well, especially with what vibranium can do.
Can it resurrect people from being shot in the fucking head?
Kinda, yeah.
I mean,
Kinda, yeah.
yeah, just harvest what you can of the brain, put it in a vibranium robot head, get him some synthetic skin, so he's still Andy Serkis, and we're all good to go.
I love Andy Serkis.
He's so
He's
good.
such a good fucking actor. That guy is in
He
everything.
played Gollum.
He did. He later literally played fucking Smeagol.
He directed Let There Be Carnage, and it was really good.
Amazing. I
Shout out
loved
to
it.
him.
And
I wish I
Woody
could say the same about
Harrelson,
Morbius.
you, my friend,
I just
are
love
an
Woody Harrelson.
inspiring genius.
My only complaint with that movie is that it's not long enough.
Yes. Left there with Carnage left me wanting more Carnage.
Also, do you know what else was announced?
Uh-oh.
During D23, now that I'm thinking about it, Avengers Academy, which is going to be some sort of attraction at Disney.
Is that-
and
Which also implies they're prepping for Young Avengers.
yeah.
Oh.
And on Shop Disney, Infinity Saga replicas will be a thing. So I'm pretty sure you can buy all of them, which I fucking will.
Wait,
'cause
what
I'm a
is it?
nerd. It looks like all of the Infinity Stones.
Oh,
So
okay.
you'll be able to get the Tesseract, Loki's scepter, the ether container, the orb,
Oh, I can already get Loki's scepter, and I can get that bitch razor sharp and
Nano
stabby.
Gauntlet.
It takes
the
mine
Eye
like
of
a rubber too, but I can
Agamotto.
get the staff up.
But like all of this stuff will be releasing. The Tesseract you can buy right now. But
Is this
everything
the
else,
You want to get
attraction-
hammered?
Is this the attraction that's bringing King Thanos into the mix?
I don't know, maybe.
There's a Disney park or Disney World or whatever the heck. I don't know the difference between land and world, but there's an attraction coming.
One's
and
in Florida, one's in California.
Yeah.
Disney World
One's
is
in
bigger.
Tokyo, one's in the United Kingdom, one's in...
One's in Paris.
Well, Nintendo has some stuff too. I can't wait for that to come to America.
Right?
So good. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Dude,
Did
Nintendo
you know
Land looks so
Nintendo
much
owns a
fun.
baseball team?
Yeah.
By the way, in case you guys weren't aware, if anyone's not aware of this, Nintendo has a minority stake in the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, no. That's a team they have a stake in. I'm pretty sure they own 3 more professional baseball teams in Japan.
In Japan, yes, but in the United States, they 100% have a stake in a fucking MLB team.
Does it ever
Which-
bother anybody else that they partnered with Universal and not Disney?
No.
I can understand why.
It just kills me inside.
I get it, though. Right? Because Nintendo's starting to get to that point where they're like, okay, we tried it like 20 years ago and it fucking sucked, but we're going to try it again. Let's do a Mario movie and see how that goes.
Let's actually have it animated and not
I'm
be like,
so scared for that
oh,
movie.
see, I'm not that worried.
If I think Chris Pratt can do a great Mario voice. My worry is that he's not. And it would be like if instead of being like, "Oh boy, I'm gonna go on an adventure today," you just have, "Oh, good, it's me, Mickey Mouse. How you doing?"
I fucking hope it's the second one because I would find that so funny.
Charlie Day
but
is
that's
Luigi,
how
though.
Mario
Perfect.
should sound.
I know, David. I
He's a plumber from Brooklyn.
Charlie Day as Luigi is glorious.
They retconned his origins. He is from the Metro Kingdom now.
Oh, okay.
It's still, I mean, it's just.
It's
Brooklyn.
still Brooklyn.
It's still Brooklyn.
The Metro
Um,
Kingdom is Nintendo Brooklyn.
Yeah.
By the way, Nintendo owns 10% of the Seattle Mariners.
Oh,
Nice. Speaking of
I hate that we had to
Nintendo,
mention Tencent.
I was gonna say, speaking of Nintendo,
there was a whole ass
boys-
thing Nintendo did, and fuck everything else they talked about. I want to talk about Zelda first.
Wait, really, really quick. I just have to say the update on the Mario movie was literally Shigeru Miyamoto coming out and saying, "Hey, we're still making the movie. See ya."
I love that though. That's amazing.
This Nintendo Direct did not live broadcast in the UK. People got to watch it an hour after the broadcast started. And there's a good reason for that. Dave, take it away.
So they thought they would do like an hour of silence, in keeping with, the Queen had just died.
Rip.
Makes sense.
Rip Grandma.
It's very sad that she's gone. Human life should never be wasted like that, but what a terrible woman.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
anyway, so
Moving
The Legend of
on!
Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 isn't The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 anymore.
it's also not Death of the Wild like I thought it would be.
Okay. Do you know what I thought the title was going to be?
Oh, I have to know.
Scars of the Kingdom.
Oh, that is so close.
Especially with the tears-tears dichotomy.
See, it's fun because you can say both.
Well, and
Oh, yeah.
okay, so I watched, and Chris saw me do this a little bit. I watched the trailer like 12 times, and 3 of those times were a frame at a time.
Yeah, Dave and I watched the trailer probably 5 or 6 together, and I was like, all right, I can't do this.
That is incredible.
There is
I
so much.
cannot fucking do this.
There is so much information in the trailer.
I guarantee Zelda doesn't make it through this game. See, now I don't know if we're in an awkward silence or if I lost audio again.
Nope, we're not
No,
in an awkward
Dave's
silence.
Or just a moment of
Dave's
mourning
being
for
Dave.
Arcane.
What if you were both correct and incorrect? Because it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I think this is going to be Ganondorf at his most powerful, because this is the oldest he's ever been. Based on the first trailer, because that is his rotting corpse.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and it's from Twilight Princess as well. He has the same headpiece on.
He has the same headpiece on as he does in Ocarina of Time, too.
Yeah, that's the weird thing to me. The redesign in Wind Waker completely changes everything about how
Wind Waker is a different Ganondorf.
Yeah, that would be the first. Yeah, probably about the first one, and then.
No, Wind Waker comes after Ocarina of Time.
I have to put more thought into it.
So Wind Waker, well, or no, not Wind Waker. There is one Ganondorf that is not the same Ganondorf. It is a reincarnation in one of the branches.
Well, I think there's Demon King Ganon. Just Ganon, and then Demise, and then we get versions of Ganondorf sprinkled throughout.
So,
but if you go by
anytime you've seen Ganondorf, it's the same fucking guy.
If you go through the Nintendo specific timeline, yes, you are completely correct. It has been the same Ganondorf every time, which means no matter what timeline you go through, this is still Ganondorf at his oldest, because
what's a Ganondorf?
Ganondorf.
Oh, Wookie.
Oh, I kind of love that a little. But no, okay. So I'm gonna take baby steps through important things I noticed in the trailer. Okay. I'm not gonna pull the trailer up because even though it is fair use, Nintendo can get weird about things sometimes, and it would include their audio because that can be important in a trailer. So we're not going to include it in the video for that reason. That being said, opening shot is of a face, long pointy ears, looks like maybe a mask on the face, if not a mask, like a long pointed nose. Kind of reminds me of what they make comic and not comic, Twinrova, the witches.
We went two completely different interpretations on that. I thought that was a version of Kaepora Gaebora. I may have gotten those
because of the owl eyes. I could see that. Yeah. I could see that.
But you're right. Twinrova has giant bulging eyes as well.
And the giant ears, and yeah.
God, that would be terrifying.
Well, especially since we see an image of twin dragons.
Yeah.
All over. So I think that this is not necessarily Twinrova, but whatever ancient deity that Twinrova represented.
Well, I'll wait until we get further into the trailer, actually. I'll wait until we get further into the trailer.
Potentially, it's a version of Hylia. Because of some things later, that makes more sense. But then we look at, I'm trying to remember the order everything goes in. We see a girl who's, a lot of people say it looks like she's falling into like a pit of malice. The problem is she can't be falling. Her hair is falling straight back. She is being lifted.
And they
from
just
that malice.
The trailer. That's some Marvel shit right there.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about where Zelda's falling. I'm talking about the thing carved into stone.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Because her hair, she looks like she's falling.
For me, with those cave paintings, I took it as... I thought that was the freaking Sheikah Slate for a second. I took that more as it's just an ancient cave painting, and it's not as accurate. I think what's going to happen is Zelda does perish in this game, but Hylia steps in, because the lore of Skyward Sword is that Hylia helped the people up onto Skyloft, created that, and then Zelda herself perished. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're kind of like showing the origins of Skyloft just in a different cycle.
Right.
See, and that's okay. So what I'm seeing is, so the Moblins have much longer horns in scenes we see on the ground in Skyward Sword, or not Skyward Sword, Tears of the Kingdom.
Hmm.
Longer horns tend to be more associated with older types of animals. And they share that in their animations that we see. I think Link is physically going back in time to take the place of the hero that was the hero immediately prior to Skyward Sword.
Tingle?
No.
I must have misheard you.
Link is going back in time and playing the hero before Skyward Sword. And yes, this Zelda does die because she is Hylia, the original Hylia. And it makes everything one big loop.
Oh, that makes too much
Especially
sense.
since the ancient paintings show, and the ancient cave paintings show an ancient Zelda, but with slightly pointed ears and with 3 triangles painted under her eyes, almost like the Sheik Eye, but missing the tear. And I think the tear was drawn on when this event happened because it separated the Hylians and the Sheikah into separate people. And only the Sheikah remember what happened then. That's why they've always been more advanced. So they added the tear to their crest to represent the tear in their society.
How heartbreaking would this game be if it ended as described? Link returns to the past, but Ganondorf just gets the future. I would love that. This is supposed to be darker than Majora's Mask. They've been very clear with that. I'm very frustrated that they have Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD ready to go, ready to ship, and they've not announced it yet. But I'm glad that they at least gave us a taste of what's coming soon. May 12th as well. Like, that's really soon.
Yeah, when it comes to game announcements. But for something like this, so like honestly, I think I'm hitting the nail on the head with the tears thing, right?
Oh yeah, Kingdom all torn up.
Well, and you see the Sheik Eye all over, but missing the tear. So there's something to do with the Sheikah that happened forever ago that we're going to learn about that caused some separation, and the tear is the symbol of that separation. It represents something lost.
Oh, that'd be so cool. They could even show how the tear came to be.
Yeah.
Instead of yeah. Oh god.
Exactly.
I really okay.
And I think we are in a pre-Skyward Sword world for the vast majority of this game.
I think we deserve a Warriors title that takes place before Ocarina of Time, and you get to play as Link's dad. Game ends with his mom running off.
That would be cool.
I'd love that.
Oh,
Okay, other things. The hand that you see Zelda, again, the cave painting Zelda, holding, that is the exact same hand as is on the potential deity Twinrova-esque figure.
Oh.
It's the exact same hand.
I think it's got to be Hylia then.
You see why I'm like, it could be Hylia, but it could be a more ancient form of Hylia before she ever took the form of Zelda. Maybe that's why this Zelda doesn't feel a connection to Hylia.
Well, with the idea in mind that this is meant to be darker than Majora's Mask, it could also be someone posing as a deity older than Hylia, the origins of Hylia, and its demise. Or
oh no. That's a thing we haven't even touched on yet.
Be right back.
Miss you. He's gonna go piss on his dog again.
The Master Sword?
Yeah, Link's missing an arm.
Well, and the Master Sword all fucked up.
Oh yeah. It's I really need to
The
know how these
Master
shows
Sword
tie
is
in.
the lock that holds Demise in place. We know that Fee is still active because she talked to Zelda in Breath of the Wild.
Which was just 10 years before Link died on the battlefield. You cannot tell me it's 100 years. I don't believe it. But no, like as in my headcanon, as early as 10 years before Breath of the Wild starts, Fee was active and alive.
Well, and healing,
And healing, yeah.
right? But she hasn't just been broken now, she's been corrupted as well.
Oh, how cool would it be if there was a point where you have to travel into the Master Sword and help Fee fight Girahim again?
So the inside the Master Sword that you're talking about, I think that's the same place as the inside the spirit temples where you get the spirit orbs.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Trial of the Sword quests.
Oh God. Okay,
That's
we
all
should
the
agree to
same
never bring
plane.
that up again. But no, yeah, you're completely right. I agree with you.
Because that just makes the most sense.
I do have one thing that I hope that they do. So they could very easily take out all of the customization options, and I'd live with it. But I hope there is an option to, at least if you have Breath of the Wild and you've done all of the shrines, and you have the Hero of the Wild suit, you get to keep it. That's it. It's the only thing I want.
Oh yeah,
But
and it's really easy to make one game read the save file of another game and see if it's what
Oh,
state it's in.
Splatoon 3 did it too.
Well, and there
I
are
mean, that
lots
was
of other games that have done it historically.
yeah, but when you think of ideas that would just make sense for Nintendo, it usually doesn't happen.
You know what? That's fair.
It's strictly a Nintendo thing, though.
Although same with Steam.
Oh God, don't get me started on them.
And
I don't think Half-Life Alyx should be a VR exclusive for more than another year at best. I think that they should really, because Source 2, it's just nice. It's an upgrade on Source. It's not that impressive, but it'd be nice to have a game in it, that I can play.
as somebody who has played Half-Life Alyx, half of that game doesn't work on
if they can mod the
Pancake.
original Half-Life entirely to be VR, and it works, and it plays really well. I think that they can mod it to or at least come up with a version of it that doesn't need VR. But no, I wouldn't want to play this on my Pancake either.
Like, yeah, because there are like things that you have to do in the game that it just doesn't make sense how controls would work at all.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like, they could just not take puzzles out, but rework them in a way.
Right. Well, right, but then you're looking at an entire, basically, rebuild of the game.
I'd say potatoes, tomatoes. If there's a version that works better in VR and a version that worked better for PC or console, like classic keyboard and mouse play, I'd take it.
Well, there are games that have done that. I can't think of what it is right now, but it's a puzzle game where you get like different endings. There are a bunch of different endings, and you fuck with this machine.
Oh.
But there's a VR version and a Pancake version.
All right, I'll be back. I have to pee really bad.
Okay. Sorry, I had to grab food. Neighbor was... So, we still talking about Nintendo stuff?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, no, so I know obviously, me being the not Nintendo guy, I have heard about, like, I've heard the widespread, like, thoughts on the trailer. I'm excited to see how well this game does. Because Nintendo they have a way of just continuously making good games when it comes to their core stuff. So,
Well, right. Well, like, for instance, the Mario games. There are Mario games that are better than other Mario games. But I'm hard-pressed to think of a bad Mario game.
Yeah.
Same with Zelda.
Yeah.
In fact, of the games I've played in both those franchises, my least favorite game was the second one, because they completely changed how the game worked, and not for the better. And they went back with the sequel. Super Mario 64 is a bad Mario game in 2022. However, in 1996, fuck, it was incredible.
That game was dope. What up, Lauren? Not much, just shenanigans and debauchery, like our normal. That being said, I don't want to cover any more direct because I believe that's what your stream is going to be doing. Or am I false about that?
There we go.
Well, we were
Can you
going to
hear
do that here and then just jump directly into the lockout there.
Ah, okay. Quickly, if you want, I can go over a couple things besides that.
Your microphone
Splatfest.
keeps cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? All right. Pikmin 4 was announced, it looks like, a new Fire Emblem game, which didn't they just put one out this year?
They put a Warriors Fire Emblem game out.
There looks like there's going to be a new Kirby game.
Remake.
Yeah, remake.
Hey, I like
Gosh,
Kirby.
get it right. I do too.
Let's
Gosh, get it
see.
right.
I know, how selfish of me.
How selfish.
Looks like Nintendo Switch Sports will get free golf.
Oh.
Do what?
Nintendo Switch Sports will be getting a golf version.
Oh, nice.
It looks like Resident Evil Village will be actually coming to Nintendo Switch.
As well as Resident Evil 2, 3, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Right.
Yep.
Shit,
they're going to do Village first, and then the other ones in whatever fucking order.
Right.
Octopath Traveler 2 coming to Switch.
Yes. Yep, that's coming to Switch.
Never played the first one. It's one I always meant to look into, and I just never did.
The hell?
Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse will be coming to the US.
Yo, so Fatal Frame fans and stands out there, y'all are fucking wild. Jesus, like in the best way. Because it's like, hey, what kind of games do you like to play? Hey, have you ever played this game called Fatal Frame? Insert version of Fatal Frame here. The minute I hear that, I know you're interesting, and I'm about to hear some wild fucking shit. Let's go.
You know what else is coming to the Switch? It Takes Two.
Ooh. I mean, I'm excited for that. I love that game to death, but that graphical downgrade is going to be... Plus the gameplay, even on a PS5, was...
Lackluster at best?
Yeah. Well, no, the game has great gameplay, and it keeps everything fresh. It's just... You need a good PC to keep it not framey and not chunky. Like, chunky controls... Ugh.
They're apparently combining the Rabbids and Mario.
Yeah, they do that a lot. This is the second
game in that series. It's a really, really good strategy RPG.
I've been told it plays kind of like
XCOM.
XCOM, yeah.
Funny enough, they have a DLC for that already announced with Rayman. Rayman is finally coming back.
That's awesome.
He is not most likely going to be with Mario. He will be with a Rabbid in a Mario hat, but I don't think we'll see the characters collide.
So apparently 2 new courses are coming to Wave 3 of Mario Kart 8. All right.
We're getting 8 more courses with 2 cups. And I think we will be getting another 3 Mario Kart Tour maps, maybe 2 or 3, because they are running out of creativity on that front, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah, well, how many fucking can you make?
You're proving my point.
We all love G already.
And we know it's a trip, man.
Also, it looks like the Nintendo Switch is getting the Life is Strange games.
Yeah, I'm really excited for those. I love those games.
Look, okay, so I am going to say this right now, though, and this may be divisive, because I don't know how Loki feels about my stance on this. Nintendo, I love that you added Nintendo 64 games to your Nintendo Switch Online library.
Yes.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you. Now quit being a fucking putz and let me have it without the expansion pass. Don't sell me a fucking expansion pass, take things from the expansion pass, and lock them behind a paywall. like either new things or things that were on different platforms, like the Sega Genesis games, right? Lock that behind a paywall. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But shit that I've already bought from you before, do not make me pay a fucking subscription to play it again. On top of a
Right.
subscription I am already paying.
I agree with you
Fuck
100%,
you.
but to an extent I disagree. I don't have to pay for this extra stuff, but I'm getting all of the DLC I want for Animal Crossing, for Splatoon 2, for Mario, and more stuff is coming. And I also get a whole bunch of Nintendo 64 games that I would just emulate otherwise because I don't have a 64 right now. I own the games, don't have the console.
See,
So
I
it's
have the
just more
console.
convenient.
All of my games died in a flood.
Oh,
Along with about 3,500 books.
Wow.
oh,
Here in my garage.
oh God, Ty Lopez, is that you?
Dude, like, what a legend that guy is. Just for the meme.
Yeah,
Just
does he
'cause
do
everyone
anything
makes
anymore?
fun of him. I don't know.
That was
Who?
oh God, how many years ago was
Ty
that now?
Lopez.
Who the fuck is that?
Here in
Have
my
you never
garage.
Have you never seen that video? Here in my garage, just picked up this new Lamborghini.
Is this not a
Uh,
PNG?
No.
Yeah, no, that's a PNG. I'm trying to
We'll have
download.
we'll have to watch it. Apparently,
There
he's
it
worth $10 million though,
Yeah, it's because his garage is so expensive.
and he's like 45.
He's
Is
only
he still on
45.
YouTube? No,
There
he.
it is.
And no, you want to talk about an expensive garage. The most expensive garage, to my knowledge, on YouTube is Jordan Marin's.
So,
You cut out for a sec there.
To my knowledge, the most expensive garage on YouTube is Jordan Marin's.
you know who else is on YouTube, Dave?
Who?
Jay Leno. You ever seen Jay Leno's garage?
Jay Leno.
Sparkles ain't got shit.
Jay Leno has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, well then
What
never
about Conan
mind.
O'Brien? Does
I
Conan
said-
O'Brien have one?
okay,
Jay,
but I said
Jay
that-
Leno's garage.
I said that
trumps the
I know
shit
of.
out of Conan's.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And I said that
he-
I know of.
Yeah, Leno is next level.
There was
Leno
a
has
point.
warehouses of cars.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. That's a
Dude,
lot.
you want to talk about the ultimate car guy? I love watching Leno talk about cars. Holy
There's a point.
fuck.
He used to just roam around the college campus nearest to me and just hang out. He'd show off his cars, let people get a good look at them. It was really sweet.
Yeah. In fact, his YouTube channel is literally Jay Leno's garage
Here in his garage.
with whatever the fuck he wants to have that day. Oh yeah, he's got so many videos talking about cars. I'm like, that's why if anyone was gonna take over American Top Gear, it should have been fucking Leno.
Is Top Gear still going, or whatever Jeremy Clarkson's doing now? I'm
Grand
unfamiliar.
Tour.
Is Top Gear or
Yes and
whatever
no.
Jeremy Clarkson's doing?
So once
Fuck.
yeah, so new British Top Gear sucks.
Rip.
Once the Grand Tour started, they did 3 seasons, then they decided they didn't want to do seasons anymore. Just do like special event ones. So they'll release like hour-long things.
Okay.
And then it's like for special
I think so,
events and stuff,
Wookie.
but they
I'm
still
not
do it.
sure, but I think so.
No, not even remotely the same.
It's opposite day. That means yes. As you were.
Dave, have you ever seen Top Gear or Top Gun?
Yes.
The Top Gun once.
To which?
Yes.
Just Top Gun?
Both.
Okay. So, no, they're not even
I
close
know
to the
what
same,
Top
but-
Gear's about.
Yeah.
It's funnier
But-
this way. I'm an agent of chaos, bitch.
It's funnier for Dave. The rest of us are like, no, Dave. No. But not to steal something from Jeremy Clarkson. But unfortunately, it's time to end.
I'm
With
too
30
drunk to
minutes
taste
left
this chicken.
Of the show. First off, we want to thank Loki for being on the show.
Sorry
And
for
don't
making
go
controversial.
anywhere. You gotta
Yes.
front load it by saying don't go anywhere. We're gonna raid my boy Loki. Loki and I are gonna be doing a Legend of Zelda. The words you had were so good. Use your words.
Lockout.
No, but like the thing you called it.
Okay. So let me fucking shoot myself in the foot really quick and send this directly to the chat that we're in so that you can just have it there. Oh Jesus. Sorry, phone.
No, you're fine.
Um,
We've been woefully unprepared ourselves today, so.
I was
made
woefully underprepared for this jelly.
I made this Dave and Loki's Breath of the Wild lockout race. I don't know if Dave is going to contribute anything. I don't care. But I have a
I'm gonna
digital
try.
copy.
I can't find the folder my Steam keys are in.
All I'm saying is, if Dave wins and you are in his chat and you're following and everything, you are entered to win a copy of Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. It'll be a digital code. Only works in America. And then same goes for me. If I win, a member of my community or one of my followers will get that. So that's a cool thing that I like to do.
That's super cool.
hope
I love that though. Oh, Dave, are you bringing that in?
I'm gonna show it.
And then I'm currently trying to get my lockout thing set up because I have a whole layout that I made today while I was waiting to join. I was so excited.
Oh yeah.
Video capture device? Yeah, that'll work.
I love this is the best part of LTN Media, man, is we don't worry about shit. It's all on the fly.
I am gonna go ahead and turn my camera off so that I can get it for my stream here.
Yes.
you are good to
So
go.
before you bugger off, I had another idea.
Oh yeah, I'm game.
Also, before Dave says that, Loki, where the fuck did we find you, bro?
LowKeyLuckyLoki. That's low key like high key, but opposite, but still, key. And then Lucky like the dog, and then Loki like Tom Hiddleston, or whatever the actors are that played him with Richard Grant. Not my finest moment. I'm not gonna lie.
And we're gonna be rating him.
Hit
He's
me.
gonna go live before we actually end.
Indeed. So I want to thank everyone real quick before we go. Thank you guys so much for the follows, the subs today. Really appreciate you again. Thank you, Loki, for being here.
Thanks for having me. Putting up with me, really.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. If you guys want to follow us on our socials, within the next couple weeks, we're going to be more active on there. Check out our YouTube channel as well. If you guys want to get some of this dope ass LTN Media merch, it's been scrolling through the chat. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's super good, super comfortable. Dave and I have come up with some weird ideas and shit.
If it fucks,
it's
it
just-
fucks.
Indeed,
Ooh.
which will be a shirt eventually.
Will be a shirt eventually.
But yes, stick around because Dave and Loki are going to be hanging out.
It's a lockout.
Yeah, it is. It's a lockout. So I do think that's all I got. Dave, got anything else you got to add?
Yeah. So Loki,
Yeah, what's up?
here's my idea. And whenever you can hit the go live button, I can start a raid.
Okay, yeah, I am currently trying to fix this because it's not getting my... Oh, Jesus. It's not getting my game captured. I don't know what happened there.
Ouch.
Oops.
But no, so my thought was, wouldn't it be interesting if we set it up in such a way whereas if people say subscribed to your channel or to my channel, that we have to set our controller down for 30 seconds.
I actually have something that I am doing on my side. I completely forgot to tell you about. If I get a new follower and it has been 10 minutes and they're still following, because I have been burned by this, I have to reload my last save. My most recent quick save. If I get a new sub, I have to immediately reload my last quick save. Because I like torturing myself. I don't know. You are welcome to do that as well. If you'd
I'm
like.
down for the quick save thing. The follow thing, no.
I only do that because I really want Senpai Company to notice me so that I can do some sponsorships that are not HelloFresh or Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, I've done all kinds of sponsorships that aren't HelloFresh or Raid Shadow Legends.
I just need to get off.
Although I've also done HelloFresh and Raid Shadow Legends.
My problem is I'm not a fan of Raid Shadow Legends, and also HelloFresh just had a bit of an E. coli outbreak, and I know if I did some kind of a campaign with them, I would bring it up and get in trouble. I wear my mind on my sleeve, and that's not a good thing.
Oh, no, I do too.
Hey!
What is going on? I'll be 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
We have a command now for the merch store.
We have had.
Have we? Have I not known this?
There's been a command since day one.
I guess I'm just the dumb.
Do you hear that sound, Chris?
What? Sound of nobody
That's
disagreeing?
the sound of no one disagreeing.
Yeah. I know.
So how about them Bears?
This is a very interesting.
How about them Bears?
What was that, Loki?
This is a problem for me to have. I don't know what I did wrong.
Did you unplug it and plug it back in?
I did, actually.
To a different port.
Yeah.
Okay.
To a different.
Yeah, I always try different port first. Huh. So, while we're here, how about we just talk about the Mets? Are they still a team?
Are they still a team?
Yeah.
Oh, thank
You
God.
mean the team that has one of the top payrolls and some of the best players in the league, but most of them fucking hurt all year? They paid 30. They're paying Max Scherzer $37 million a year, and he played, I think, half of the season.
Jesus.
And he's like 35.
Okay, there we go. It finally has power. That should come up any second then. So once you raid, I'll have like a 5 or 6 minute thing because I always lead in with music and then I.
Oh yeah,
smoke.
no worries.
Just as a heads up.
Nope, all of these substances are 100% legal.
Huh?
I was talking to chat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh shit! That's my party.
Wookie, Dave has a cool pipe he smokes tobacco out of.
Ooh. I need to start rolling my own.
Because he looks fancy as shit, and I always, anytime he pulls it, like, you look fancy.
Dude, and it's so much cheaper than
Buying cigarettes?
buying cigarettes.
Yeah, and it's healthier, too.
No, it's not.
No, it's healthy-ish.
No, it's not.
There we
There's
go.
probably less of the added shit in it.
No, because I buy cheap tobacco.
Oh, no. You had one chance to, like, make it healthier, and he goes, nah, fuck it, what's the cheap?
To be fair, I still smoke packs of cigarettes like an absolute idiot. Well, not idiot. I don't want to call myself an idiot, but I'm hopelessly addicted to tobacco.
I say, are you like a chain smoker? You a 2-pack a day kind of guy?
No, a pack every 2 days. It's not that bad
That's not
again.
too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad.
I got chat. I don't need my coffee. Got lockout. Oh, I need to open the bingo sync. I'll do that once I am back from my thing. I'm gonna go ahead and go live.
Yes, and then I can raid out to you and then fix this OBS to be my OBS and get all my
Sweet.
shit set up.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're all
You're
good.
good.
I'm
Thank
just
you so much
saying
for having me once
it'll be
again.
a few minutes before I'm ready anyway. Was what I was
Awesome.
meaning.
Oh,
Sweet.
of course. But yes.
And I'd also
Definitely
like to
stick
apologize
around
again.
after you guys, because like Loki and Dave are both streaming from their channels, doing some fun Zelda stuff, which they know way more about than I do. So I think the only thing left to do is hand it off to Dave to hit our tagline.
I stand Tingle. Keep it simple, stay weird. Much love, guys. I forgot to hit the button. Oh, God.